I said. And uh, for a while, Manchester United, you know, are not acting like, the United we used to know. It's very funny. I know. So we're going to be talking about the moves um, Sergeant Ratcliffe have been doing, and what's it called? INEOS, Sergeant Ratcliffe, and the new teams. You could easily say you know, they are cooking, guys. They are cooking, and I think Premiership club, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man City, Liverpool, and okay, I've mentioned them. They should be worried, man, because these guys are coming with full force, man. Because if there is something, I've known these guys for, I've known United for. We know they go for the old players. They don't get look. They don't like even think about signing the young lads. But at this point in time, guys, it's the other way around, guys. Because if you see the signing they've made so far, it's different. So first of all, we're going to be talking about um, the latest development, whatever happened in school. Talking about the INOS, Sergeant Ratcliffe, and the structure United have decided or to showcase they are going to take. And we're going to be talking about Southgate and the potential candidate to replace Southgate. We're going to talk about the people that are more realistic, you know, of replacing Southgate. And we're talking about Chelsea being rumored that there's a possibility of them getting for Nico Williams. And I think we're also going to be talking about what's his name, Enzo Fernandez, the controversies around Enzo Fernandez, and with we all know what has been happening around Enzo Fernandez. So we are going to be looking into all that and talking about it. So I think we're going to start with Enos. I think I should start with Sergeant Ratcliffe and Enos because we all know Manchester United was linked to Lenny Euro. You know, we all know Manchester United was linked to Lenny Euro. And at this point, it is safe to say Lenny Euro have actually joined Manchester United officially. Reports came from what's his name? Fabrizio Romano. Let me just say Fabrizio Romano because Fabrizio Romano, you know, I can't give this to Fabrizio Romano because I don't think you want to say he announced it. For me, he did not. He did not. All he just did was, you know, here we go, and that was something everybody was waiting for. The everybody was waiting for the here we go. But if we are going to be honest to each other, guys, the person that actually should be taking credit for this deal should be what's his name? Um, what is this guy's name again? David Oystein, because he is the one that came outside and posted it. Nobody was even expecting it. I woke up this morning and I saw whereby I was doing the money show when it break out that Lenny Euro is actually has been booked, not just like it has been booked and is traveling. Is traveling to what is it called again? To United or to England to get his this thing done. Is a medical. It broke that Lenny Euro is going to United to get his medical done. And for me, I never expected it, guys. If that Malawi guy, the guy says, I never expected it. So I was not expecting it. So it came as a shock to me, guys, that a deal for Lenny Euro is not just happening. It's happening so fast because they were still talking as at last night. There were talks of the possibility of Real Madrid, looking to put in another bid for Lenny Euro. Then in the morning, we got a shock of our life. So now, when you look at it now, coming from Fabrizio Romano, he says, "Yeah, lending Euro to Manchester United. Here we go, deal in place after the first part of the medical completed. More tests to follow. Then is ready to sign the 5-year deal, valid until June 2029. Lily and Manchester United have all documents set for the deal, worth 50 million pound, I mean euros, plus several add-ons. And I think if we are going to be, from what I know, I think the deal is 62 million euros. So now it means it is 50 million euros and 12 million in add-ons, which is 62 million euros. And there's some rumors like Samuel Locos is saying it's 70 million. Though I don't believe, for what I've been hearing so far from what's as if Fabricio from what's his name, um from what's his name again, from David Oyston, it has been 62 million, 50 million in 50 million euros and 12 million in add-ons. So that is what I know. I don't know where the 70 million is coming from. So that's it for me. But one thing I don't understand is that is the fact that people are coming outside to say Manchester United beat Real Madrid to sign in Lenny Euro. For me, that is bullshit, man, guys. That's bullshit. The honest truth is that you guys valued him that much, and Real Madrid were not ready to pay the amount of money that Man U were ready to pay for Lenny Euro, and that's a fact. Real Madrid were only ready to offer 20 million euros for Lenny Euro, and they were ready to wait to get him for free. And that's the honest truth. So I'm not having that talks um of Manchester United beating Madrid to signing a player. I'm not having that conversation because that is not true. There's no truth in that. The honest truth is that Real Madrid wanted to, get this player for 20 million. And Manchester United have already made a bid of 43 million at first. So it only makes perfect sense because one thing you need to understand this, guys, you also need to have that conversation whereby you say to yourself, there's a possibility, or that is what I believe happened. Lenny Euro only just paid respect to Lily, whereby he will say to himself, you know, Lily have been a club that gave me the opportunity to shine. Yes, I might want to go to, Real Madrid, but yet again, I would want what's it called? I would not want to go for free. I would want, the club that gave me the opportunity, gave me the chance to actually, get something for me. So this talks of, Real Madrid losing a transfer to, come on, that's nonsense, man, guys. That's bullshit. That's bullshit because if I'm going to say to you guys, if Real Madrid have offered the same amount of money Man U are offering, or even close to it, then Euro will be a Real Madrid player. And that's a fact. For me, it's a good deal for both Man U and Lenny Euro because Lenny Euro now gets to go to the club and play regularly. Because if you come to my club, Real Madrid, I can show you he will not get the game time as he will get at United. Because at United you've got you've got Eddie Militao, you have Rudiger, you have David Alaba, and there's even a possibility whereby the Real Madrid we might even play Chumeni over Lenny Euro at the center back. So I don't, for once, regret him not coming because I know there's every possibility of Real Madrid getting Lenny Euro in future. So I'm happy he went to United. Just that ever since it has break out that he went to United, you've had other clubs like Liverpool, Arsenal, PSG, especially Liverpool actually trying to take a piece, a banter on United, saying they spent money 60 million on an 18 years old and they're paying him 112,000 pounds a week. Well, they are just sad losers because everybody was in for Lenny Euro. I'm sorry. Arsenal was in for Euro. I think the only person in England that was more in for Lenny Euro, maybe it was probably Chelsea. I don't even know how true is that. Arsenal, Liverpool, PSG, Man U, Real Madrid, we are all in for Lenny Euro. And that's a fact. And the reason why the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool stepped back, or PSG as well, stepped back, was the fact that they got to understand that Real Madrid are also interested in this lad called Lenny Euro. They got to understand that Real Madrid was also on the deal. And that's why maybe probably people stepped back. Because one thing about Real Madrid is that when everybody understands that any player Real Madrid comes for, they end up getting the player. They're not getting the player. Just a minute, please, guys. So that's the thing. So that's the honest truth, guys. Honestly, any player Real Madrid comes for, they end up getting that player. That's the honest truth. So that's the honest truth, guys. Whatever player Real Madrid look for, they get the player. And this is what the reason why the likes of PSG, Arsenal, Liverpool decided to step back. But because Manchester United have actually made this guy a priority signing, they've made him a priority signing and they indicated it that they've made him a priority signing. And this is another reason why Lenny Euro will look at the deal and be like, Real Madrid, wants me, but they have not really showed they really, really, really want me. And he also wants to go to Real Madrid because we saw the tweet. He said he wants Real Madrid. You know, that's his preference. But now United have come into the transfer window, have indicated they want this guy, and they've made him a priority. And it does not take two steps to convince an 18 years old because we all know Lily was forcing the deal, trying to make sure that he leaves because they know if he does not leave, then it means he will leave for free to Real Madrid next season. But it's a good thing he actually went to Lily. So that deal is done already. That is a done deal. That is a done deal. Another thing I want to talk about is this, man, because I did not really say anything about this. What's it called? Sancho and Ten Hag saga. You know, we always saw there was an article that came outside that Ten Hag and what was it called? Jordan Sancho had a face-to-face meeting and they discussed whatever happened in the past and they dropped it and they moved on. And I have people, that have already made videos, talking about the possibility of the fact that Sergeant Ratcliffe will not want Sancho. They want him gone. They want to get rid of him out of United. They've made so many videos. No way he comes back into the team. And not just only that, even before The article was released that Ten Hag and Sancho, you know, settled their differences. This guy came outside and made a video saying Sancho did not report for training. He said Sancho did not report for training, and it trended. And it never make any sense to me because I, for one, I saw him training. I saw him training with United. So now this is the latest that came outside a few days ago. And it says here, Ten Hag on Jadon Sancho say we have drawn the line, we move on. Manchester United need good players, and Jordan is a good player. We have drawn the line and move on. Yes. Now, do I believe Ten Hag is the one saying this? I don't think so. Because the way it was addressed very quick. And that is something I said it was not managed well last season. It wasn't. No matter what you want to say, you give credit, kudos, the way it was handled, whereby you have a player, a manager came outside, threw him under the bus, and he also replied on Twitter. And he was forced to train with the kids. He was forced to be given lunchbox. It was a disgrace. He could not eat with the senior players. He could not train with them. Then he left of Dortmund. The way it was addressed was, was silly, was stupid. And this is why I don't really, blame the likes of um Richard Arnold getting sacked and maybe John Mata getting sacked because they were crap at their jobs. Honestly, they were crap at their jobs. And that's the honest truth, guys. They were shit at their jobs. They never showed that they know what they are doing in that club. Now, Sergeant Ratcliffe and Enos came into the club, and the thing is this: Enos are moving in the direction where people did not really understand that they will move. And the fact that some United fans believes that the likes of Sergeant Ratcliffe, Enos, were going to watch Sancho play for Dortmund and have the kind of game or kind of good performance he had with Dortmund and come back to United and they sell him off, just tells you how shallow their football mentality is. Because if I am somebody that just got 29% share of a club and I saw what Sancho did, what Sancho played at Dortmund, somebody have not yet played football for almost 6 months, almost three, four. I'm lying, 3, 4 months. Then went to Dortmund and was balling in that magnitude. It was better than every forward United had last season, despite the fact that he only played little amount of game time. The little time he played game, it was exceptional, better than whatever United had in their front line attacking last season. So you are telling me those guys will look at that same performance and they will decide that no, you are still going to just keep. I'm confused.
Yeah, I could hear you.
You can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about Sancho, man, because this the way this was addressed, it was addressed very quick. So because so many people believe that Sancho was not going to get that opportunity at the club. People believe that it was not going to happen. So the fact that these guys came into the club and they shocked everybody because they came in, and I know it's not a nag for me. Like I was saying right, I said I don't think that was resolved by Tenag, based on everything Tenag said. Like he said, we said everything. I believed, from my own opinion, I believe probably the likes of Sergeant Ratcliffe and Enos, they called both of them, put them in a room, and said, "Guys," they said to Tenag, "We're not going to lose this group." For me, what I think, they will just say to them, "We can't lose this guy. He looks good. you guys try and sort it out here and let it go because people believe they're still going to say Sancho anyway. So I would like to know what you guys, what's your own opinion? What do you feel?
I think let's call it spade a spade. If the manager doesn't want him on his team, I think to be frank, I think he'll be long. He should be long gone. But Sancho realized a lot of things, whether it is Ten Hag or not. But he realized that uh, he has done wrong. And thank God he's doing that now. He's seen that he has done wrong. And for me, coming in and saying that Sancho, the board itself, the likes of Sir Jim Ratcliffe and others, I think it's BS. It's BS. It shouldn't be like that. Sancho did the wrong thing. So if he has come back and apologized to the manager now, because he has to apologize, that's what has happened. After how many months? After 7 months, he apologized. That means he
I don't
actually
think there's I we can have that
no.
debate.
There's an
I don't
apology.
think
Let's tell ourselves the truth. You cannot force. See, let's tell ourselves the truth. We have seen Ten Hag. He's a very principled coach. He's a very, very principled coach. We know that. There was an apology. Anyway, anyhow we want to spin it, Sancho
Ten
has
Hag was on the brink of
apologized.
losing his job, man.
Eh?
For me,
The man
I
cannot
don't
think
think there
of
was an
losing.
apology
The
there.
man has nothing to lose. If Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the board made up of Omar Barada and who else again is on that board, and Dan Ashworth went to Ibiza to meet him.
Dan Ashworth.
Yes, they went to Ibiza to meet him. Then that means the man doesn't care whether he will lose his job or not. Let's tell ourselves the truth. There was no option. That was why Ten Hag was given that job. If they had somebody else out there that is of high profile, he could have gotten that job. I keep on saying this. Everything that was done for Ten Hag to say United was done in his own terms, not in the terms of those guys at the aim of affairs. So that is just
But
it.
time shall tell, though. Time shall tell. But moving on now, what is your say on this Lenny Euro? Because I've said some things about it because you have Liverpool fans trying to take a banter on United, saying probably they got ripped off and they're paying £112,000 for a 18 years old. And I had to say, what I said is this. I said, for me, I think that is just them coming from a side whereby they lose a potential of signing their player because it's not only Manchester United were interested in Lenny Euro. Real
They
Madrid
were
was in for
they
him.
were interested. Liverpool, Real
Yeah,
Madrid,
Liverpool was
they were
interested as
interested in
well.
that. And Bayern Munich were interested in that player. I
PSG as
think
well.
I
PSG,
feel sorry
Arsenal.
for Liverpool because I just feel that they're not really doing the business in the transfer market.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that financially they're on the decline, but United knows how to do that business. How much have they spent? They spent they will spend 50 million euros on the player plus
Mhm.
add-ons. That add-on depend on his performances. So let's put
And
the
it's
add-ons
5 years
aside.
deal, man. It's five
Yes, in
years.
a 5 years deal, if you divide it, that means
Installment payment too.
they will pay 10 million euros per season for
Mhm.
that player. That is just it. 10 million euros per season for the player. Lille can go to the bank and get their money.
Mhm.
They never made contact with the player. They have never made contact with the player. Let's tell ourselves the truth for Liverpool fans, and I
Yeah.
think I feel sorry for them. They need to do some business, so that we know what they are up to in the transfer market. I think time waits for nobody, and for Liverpool and Man City, I think for Liverpool, I just think that they have to sign players because last season was just so poor for them. They didn't win anything.
Yeah.
They were okay. They won the League
They
Cup.
only won the
Sorry,
Carabao Cup.
they won the Carabao Cup, but they were knocked out of every other tournament. This thing that they won
Yeah.
that they compete for within 1 week. So I think Liverpool they need to wake up. Not taking the banter. No, I don't. There's no time for banter here. There's no time
All
for
of a
banter.
sudden now they are saying Kwanzaa is better than Lenny Euro. Some fans
Konsa.
are just man. Yeah, Kwanzaa.
Hmm.
Yes, Kwanzaa now is a better player than
I know
Lenny Euro.
time shall tell. It depends on how the games are being settled, but time shall tell.
So how impressed are you with the way your club is moving right now? Because what I said to myself, I said this is the United I used to see back under Silas Ferguson. This was the United we see whereby they go, they don't take crap from rubbish club. They come for a player, they get the job done, and they don't spend ridiculous amount of money. Like, how impressed are you based on the fact that you are
I
a
don't need to be
United
I
fan?
don't need to be impressed, to be frank. What I just need to do, what I'm really looking up to, looking forward to is the way they will handle other deals. I think other
Mm-hmm.
deals needs to come thick and fast. I think I like the way they are going into the deals. Okay, they went in for three defenders. One of them, oh, I think we'll talk about that on Sunday,
Yeah,
where where when Andrew Amadou Onana signed for Aston Villa, or
yeah,
was alleged to. So I think that deal is done and dusted. Medicals
yeah.
complete.
It's done. It's done.
Yes, it's done and dusted. For Amadou Onana, the Belgian
Yeah,
international from Everton to Aston Villa, and you said the deal for Brantwaite is done and dusted, and I said maybe something is there, maybe something is still not there. But as we all know now, Everton are not ready to sell because they've gotten. Sure, they are even getting more money because they'll be selling uh what's his name? They'll be selling this guy, the
the
other
striker.
left Diaby to Al Hilal for 50 million euros as well. So they will
Aston
not
Villa,
send
right?
Brantwaite. They won't send
Yeah.
Brantwaite. They will balance their account with those two money, and hopefully, uh, it's a good one for them. But when you look at Liverpool, when you look at the deal being done by Dan Ashworth and his team, I think they go into this business telling this team this is what we want to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And what you have observed is that they rather pay up the top for a young player with prospect. How much did Real Madrid pay for Varane 20 years ago? 19 million pounds.
Yeah, 19 million, 19 million
19
pounds.
million pounds
19.
there about 10 years ago, or 15 years ago. That's what they paid
Yeah.
for a 19 years old player.
Mm-hmm.
The only
And they thought they could do the same thing with the Euro as well because
They thought they could do the same thing, but United
they were
waiting.
offering they were offering 20 just 20 million
I
euros.
think what United have now, that United is a big club, whether Madrid likes it or not, whether anybody like United is a
They've been
big
a
club.
big club,
But
man.
what United have now is a
Mm-hmm.
project that has potential, that has prospect attached to it. That is what
Yeah,
they have, and it's really going well for them. And I'm also happy the way they go into that deal, telling this club that this is how much we will pay.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
how much we will pay. This is how much we want to pay. They don't just go there with a hand behind them, behind their backs,
yeah,
and
yeah,
do something else. So I like the way they are going into into these transfers. I like the way they've come in to see if they could really make the club what it was used to. I think what the likes of Woodward that were there don't really understand is that
mm-hmm.
Woodward thought he was Alex Ferguson. So Alex Ferguson is not just a coach, he's not just a manager, but he's a general manager as well. A general
Mm-hmm.
manager that knows what he's doing, and go and has a left hand man in David Gill that is okay. Let's get this player. Let's get this player. This is the player that we want. This is how he suits our system, and they go there
Mm-hmm.
and get him. Then who the
And
hell
I
is
think he also does not really know anything about football, man.
exactly?
And
So
he had too much power because this when you look at this United, you have Omar Barada, you have Dan Ashworth, you have Jesse Wakers,
yeah.
you have Vanessa Roy as well. These are people that are ballers,
Yes,
you know.
because when you come up with something, there'll be scrutiny as well. People that are around you will scrutinize the transfer. They'll tell you this is not what, because now I just think that recruitment for Manchester United is being done based on data of the player, and let's
Mhm.
see, and potential of the player going forward. If it doesn't work for this season, maybe it might work next season. If it doesn't work next season, United can say okay, bye bye, relationship with you, this player is no more. Let's sell you off and let's get somebody else that will suit in the project, and that is just it.
But with all these players United have signed so far, honestly, I don't think there's anyone I will say they won't work, man. Because you look at Zexi, I don't except they are being coached badly. I won't lie to you. Like every player I've seen, United have signed so far, Zexi, Lenny Euro, I think they will flourish being if are being used properly. Do you think my Manchester City need to sign a centre back?
No, I think they need
because
to
I
sign
think
one more centre back if somebody else is leaving. What we are hearing there is that Harry Maguire, either one of Harry Maguire or Victor Lindelof is moving. One of them has to leave. I
no, I
think it's
think
Harry Maguire.
One Basaka is
It's
going.
not a
Looking like it's
centre back. Wan Bissaka is
yeah,
going. It's
I
not a
know.
centre back. So he
Hmm.
will go for 80 million pounds to West Ham. That deal is almost closed. That deal is
Hmm.
almost done and dusted. Hopefully, we'll get news tomorrow about it. I think for
Hmm.
the Euro deal, that deal is also done and dusted as well. I think the first part of the medical has been
Yeah, I know
done.
he's done. He's done.
Uh,
They've been here we go already now.
yeah,
That was
so
here we go already.
yeah,
So it's a done deal. That
so
is a
let's see
like he's
how
a Manchester. You can call him a Manchester United player.
yeah
You can
let's see
call
how
him
that
Euro.
one go. Let's see how
You can
it
call him a
goes.
United player. He's a United
Let's see how
player,
it goes.
so it's
Hopefully,
a done
so
deal. So
we
it's
expect
done.
what we expect. We expect if one Bissaka is leaving there, so we expect the signing of another right back again. So hopefully,
Yeah.
with what I'm hearing out there is that United will want to go for Frimpong. And Frimpong is
Oh, yeah,
much more
Frimpong.
cheaper.
Frimpong.
Yes, we want to go for Frimpong. You have Frimpong. You can deploy Frimpong in two ways. Deploy him
Okay.
as a wing back. Deploy him
Right wing back. Right wing back.
as a fullback, depending on what you want to do. So,
Hmm. But I
uh,
believe he can do both. But I think they also they want a left back. This guy Kadoglu from Turkey, their left back.
yeah, but
And the reason why,
they already have two left back already on ground. If they can
no,
get
but
those left back, if they can get those two guys fit, I
yo,
think
because you can't trust Luke Shaw, man. Honestly, I won't tell you. I can't trust Luke Shaw.
why
Honestly,
it's not Luke Shaw is not the problem.
he's
I can
injury
trust Luke
prone.
Shaw. People say Luke Shaw can't
You know,
defend,
no.
but
What I'm talking about, you can't trust him. Not about his gameplay. Because when you look
okay,
at
in
what he
terms of
did against
injury,
injury,
or you have to,
you,
yeah, you have. Will you spend? Are will you want to have three right backs, three left back in that team?
no, one thing about that boy right now, the guy that I'm talking about now, he can play both left back and right back.
No, I don't.
The guy
I
from
don't
Turkey.
want that. I think I don't want that. I need a player that can play both part of their
But you
both
also
part.
need to understand that Luke Shaw is getting old, man. Because one thing people think, because it is funny how you look people, they draft their first 11, people are still putting Luke Shaw. Luke
Oh, you
Shaw
have
is
to put Luke
injury
Shaw.
prone.
How old is Luke Shaw? How old is that?
29. Maybe 29, I'm sure.
Yes, but how old is Daniel Carvajal that is still playing up to now?
Are you comparing Cavallana with Luke Shaw?
No. We are talking about
Cavallana
age.
is never
But
injured, man.
Luke Shaw has given himself to the club, whether we like it or not. Luke Shaw has done much more for United.
I
Even
wouldn't say so. I
yes,
wouldn't say so,
no, you
man.
have
I
to
wouldn't say
because look
so.
at it. Let me explain this. With the nature of injury Luke Shaw have had when he came to United, we all saw the
Mhm.
images for the first time last year. The way the leg was broken and every other thing, and he came back into that team. Give the guy,
Mhm.
just give him the kudos. He has done well, whether we like it or not. Give
Mhm.
him the kudos. You can't take that
So
away
so
from him.
now do you do you think because it's looking like what's his name Neves,
Yeah,
João Neves from Benfica is not looking likely like he will go to PSG, and
yeah.
there's a possibility that
But I don't
Osimhen will
think
go there
if they
also.
can get if they I don't think he's gonna go to PSG. I think he's gonna stay in Benfica, and this is the reason. If they are spending close to 80 to 100 million euros on Osimhen, that Osimhen's deal will happen because
Mhm.
contact has been made between Osimhen camp and
Yeah, already.
Paris Saint-Germain.
Mhm.
And we know that Lukaku is waiting around the corner for that deal to happen so that he can come into Napoli.
Straight.
That's where we are with the Osimhen deal now. So once
Mhm.
once they've agreed personal terms, I think like I said, I've explained this is time and time again. Once a player have agreed personal term with the buying club, what happens is that the next phase is the negotiation between the selling club and the buying club. That
Mhm.
has to happen.
Yeah.
Once there's contact between PSG, who are the buying club, and Paris and Napoli, who are the selling club, then that transfer should be able to happen going forward. And that is what I think will be the next stage of that transfer. And Antonio Conte doesn't want uh he doesn't want
Osimhen.
Osimhen in his team. I don't know
No, he
why.
has said he doesn't want to. No,
I don't
no,
know.
it's because one thing is this, me. Like I always say, I say something here. Osimhen already, had the form of his life when they won the Scudetto. No doubt, so many clubs came in from Osimhen, but he was not able to replicate that same form he had. Yes, he was injured. He was injured. Plus, him that this thing he did, that what's it called? That interview he did,
No, I
spoiled
think
everything
that
as well.
interview has nothing to do with it. We all know that. See, I think the mistake Osimhen and his agent did was this, and I explained this morning on my show. Go and check. You see, once you are
They
in
signed
your
a new
last year,
contract.
once you are going into your last year of your contract, this is what you need to do. You have to stand your ground. Never ever sign an improved deal with the club, telling the club that increase my salary, and that's what he did. Napoli increased
Yeah.
his salary, not the years in the deal. Napoli increased his
Mm-hmm.
salary. They put a buyout clause of 30 million pounds
130
or
million pounds. 130.
60 million euros in his buyout clause. And now,
No, it was 130 million euro,
no,
130
no, no, no,
million
no.
pounds.
No, 150 million. Let me 150, 55 million euros. That was why there was a
Yeah, it will be
slash in
130
price.
million pounds
They
now.
they reduced the price. Yes, they reduced the price to 130 million euros later, knowing fully
Mm-hmm.
well that that amount that was added to his class was unrealistic. We knew that it
It
was
was crazy.
unrealistic for any club in the world currently now with the current state of market to
Mm-hmm.
sign Victor Osimhen for 165 million euros or there about 130 million pounds. So that is just it. So the mistake him and his camp did was to go and sign that contract. If I was Victor Osimhen, I would stick to my guns. To hell with the money that will be added to it. It has nothing to do with where I will play next season. That is just it.
And it's messing things up for him right now. Messing things up for him big time right now. And that's the next truth. Because the reason why I said that Jan Neves is going to, what's his name? PSG was because, Manuel Ugarte
Yeah.
wants to come to United. So if PSG will sell Manuel Ugarte to PL on this thing, they also want to get some amount of money from United, and they are looking to bring in João Neves. Though I don't know how realistic that deal
Ugarte,
looks
I
like.
think for Ugate's deal it will happen, whether Joao Neves move or not, because Ugarte is not even a starter in that PSG team. Let's tell ourselves the truth.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
Uh,
not. It's
he's
not.
not a starter on that PSG team. So let's tell ourselves the truth. Let's tell ourselves the truth. He's not a
It's
starter in
just
that team.
it's just the manager, man. I don't believe that it's the manager that don't rate that guy dude because I watched the Copa America and that guy was decent, man. It was good, honestly. He's a good player, no doubt. But sometimes, as a manager might not really rate a player. He
Yeah,
wants to use who he rates. And when you look at the team he was using, I can tell you this Fabian Ruiz was able to make it into the Spain national team because of Enrique.
yeah.
Because before their previous manager, I've forgotten his name, before he left, Enrique, Fabian Ruiz was not playing.
And
It
it's
was
and
Verratti,
yeah,
Vinti, and who else? So this guy came, Enrique came in and dropped my Ugarte because Ugarte was bought by that Lily manager. I forgot that guy's name because he's in Saudi Arabia right now. He was on a bought man Ugarte and he was using him. But a manager comes in, decide I don't rate this dude, and puts him up for sale straight. So it does happen whereby you have people, managers coming and don't rate a player, and they will have their own player they rate, and that sometimes is a problem. So we are moving on from that. We are going to Guy Southgate because we all know he has been sacked. He has been
as he
sacked.
sacked, he wasn't sacked.
No, he actually I wouldn't say he sacked. He resigned. So he get to show you that he's a man of this word because he said if he does not win the Euros, he's going to withdraw, step down, and that is what he has done. And they've been candidates, you know, being talked about the possibility of getting the to replace Gary Southgate.
Yeah.
And and there is one now that just added to the list, and it's this guy, Ange Postecoglou.
Or
Is the man.
what is Ang doing? Ang doing on that job? Who gives Ang the job?
But no, I do believe Ange Postecoglou will be a good manager
No, he won't be. He's not the guy.
for England. Based on
We
it's a
know what happened. We know what happened to Spurs last season. We don't know what happened to
yeah.
Spurs last season. I
Mhm.
think if not because your club has moved distanced himself from the job, I think Jurgen Klopp would have been the best guy to take up that job.
Yeah, yeah, no,
And
no doubt. I believe so too. I believe so as well. I believe so. I believe so. It was going to be Jurgen Klopp because I don't.
but Jurgen
There's
Klopp has distanced
other
himself,
names.
so I think
Yeah,
he's
this one
not
is
interested.
other managers. They've been talk of Pep Guardiola. I don't know how true is that. They've been talk of
They have the money to
I
pay
think
any manager in the world. They have the
yeah,
money
they
to
do.
pay any
They
manager
do.
in the world. They're the
They
richest.
do.
I think for me, they are the richest. They have the richest FA in the world.
But when it
Uh,
comes to they run football now, when you look the amount of money they paid Fabio Capello at that point in time, they were paying how many millions before even football came to this amount of stay by people are earning a
so I,
ridiculous amount
I,
of
I
money.
think the marriage between Gareth Southgate and the English national side was bound to end this summer. Whether they win or they won the Euro or not, it was bound to
Mm.
end. That's just the truth. That was
But one time, I just like
uh,
what the guy did, man. He did not wait for them to get to just
no. They
kick
won't
him
sack
out.
him. They won't sack him. The English FA
Mm.
had nothing to do. They knew they won't sack him. The
He will
best thing
keep to
was
his
that
word as well.
there was too much pressure on the guy, and the
Hmm.
guy had to leave. To be frank, there was too much pressure, and this pressure was not an internal pressure from the FA. It was an external pressure from the fans. A lot
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
English
yeah, true.
fans, a lot of English fans felt that technically, and it's true, and let's tell ourselves the truth, tactically, and technically, Gary Southgate is not there.
It's not
He has
sound.
the best man management skills, but football is not all about man management skills. Let's tell ourselves the truth.
Mhm.
It's,
Honestly,
it's not all
honestly.
about man management skills.
When it comes to
It
man
is it
management,
is it is
I think it's
the
the best in the world. When it comes
no.
to
I
man
don't think
management,
I don't think he's the best. I don't think he's the best. But what I
no,
think
I
is that
think when it comes to man management, I think Carlo Ancelotti is the best when it comes to man
yeah.
management, man.
So yes,
It's
even
Carlo
Pep
Ancelotti.
Pep Pep knows how to manage his players very well.
Hmm.
Good
Hmm. And
managers
that's
knows how,
another
but
thing.
he only has that skill. But look at the indices. Just look at the indices he has. He was there in the semi-finals of the World Cup in Russia
Hmm.
2018.
And
He
he had
scored
good stats,
he
man.
scored the first goal. He scored his first goal against Croatia and went back to defend that goal. I don't understand who does that.
That was the problem I have with him.
He
That
lost
was the
that
problem I
that game
had
by
with
two
this
goals
guy.
to one against Croatia.
That was the problem I
Fast
have with this
forward to
guy.
2001, after post-COVID,
Hmm.
uh, the team, the English national side were playing in Wembley, where they thought they would bring the cup home.
He's at home
And
already,
what
but it's
happened
not.
at the end of the day?
He
The
didn't
rest
come
is
home.
history.
Even at home,
They
he did
went on
not even.
penalties
He did
and they
not sleep
lost
at
their
home.
penalties against Italy.
Hmm.
Let's move on. Let's fast forward again to this time around. The same old playbook. They considered the first goal, and immediately they considered the first goal. You expect that they had that momentum, but what happened
Yeah, when
again?
they scored back,
They
when they
allowed
scored,
Spain. They allowed Spain to take over the game. They could have
honestly, man.
chased and chased because of the way they were playing. They could
Yeah,
have chased and chased the Spanish national side, chased them again the more. They
yeah, and the second
because
goal
they
will
were
come.
chasing that game, chase them the more, and get the final result. That was what they could have done. But Southgate said, "Go back again, go back to their shell."
And
You
sometimes
have a
you
team that
ask
cannot keep
yourself,
the ball.
and one
Yes,
thing I want to ask you, is it the one telling the players to do that, or the players
it is
just get
because it
tired?
is this. This is the reason. It is because I still talk about tactical, and the English national side don't know how to keep the ball.
Hmm.
They don't know how to keep the ball. If we have had that interview with ITV, what I've seen was he said the English whose whose job it is to teach the players or not teaching the players how to keep the ball necessarily. I disagree with that, but whose job it is to ensure that the team keeps the ball because it is not enshrined in their system. It is
Hmm.
not enshrined in their system.
Yeah, the sport bishop, Mr. Franchise,
Yeah,
is
thank you
in the
very
chat.
much. Uh, Absolutely.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. We've actually said a lot, and it's not a crime to. We've talked about INEOS. I spoke to a United fan. He told me his view, and me, I believe they are cooking. They are cooking, honestly. Zexi and Euro, because one guys. when you have United beating Real Madrid to a signing, it's a big statement. Like in 2 minutes or in a second, what do you have to say about Sergeant Ratcliffe, INEOS, with the way the club has been run? Because if there was one thing we all said, I was one of those people that are actually criticizing, Sergeant Ratcliffe and INEOS at first, at the way they were going. But looking at the way they've processed right now, like what do you have to say about it also?
To be sincere with you, man, I'm not really a big fan of Jim Ratcliffe. When he got the
Okay.
job, and I was telling him, I had this conversation a bit with Omofius, and I was telling him that in as much as the new owner, a new set of people running the shift, but it's practically the same stuff going on because I asked myself what has been done. You argue, okay, he hasn't done much in the transfer market, but the two signings he has made isn't any different from anything that Man United used to do in the past. So for me, I think
I
the
think
structure of the club has not.
I'm gonna disagree with you now. So I'm gonna disagree with you on this.
And I will
Yeah.
tell you why.
To
I will
be
tell
frank,
you why. I will
I'm
tell
gonna
you why.
disagree with you.
I will tell you why. Come on, please let me
Tell me
land.
why, but I will
I
disagree
will
with
tell
you
you
on
why.
this.
Okay, land.
I know. Let me land. This is why I say so. Now, this is why I say so. You have a Rasmus Højlund who was overpriced for over
Mhm.
£70 million. You got him.
Okay.
What
But not,
do you
not
need
under them. Not
Joshua?
under them.
I know. I'm just saying it. So, what do
Okay.
you need a Joshua key for? There is no purpose around their signing.
How many
What Man
strikers?
United is
Hold on,
around
hold,
that
hold on also.
striker.
Hold on also. How many strikers do you need in a team? You only have one.
You
You
need.
only have one number 9 in
I
that team. Hold on.
know.
You
I
only have one number
know. I
9 in that
know.
team.
My question.
No,
This is
let's tell
my
ourselves the
question.
truth.
This
This
is
is
my
what. See,
question.
also let
This
me
is my
ask you.
question.
Apart from Real
Okay.
Madrid, apart from Real Madrid, that we know don't have an out-to-out striker. No
Yeah.
other club in the world in the top in the top 10 best clubs in the world, which I think United are still part of the top best 10 club in the world, whether we like it or not. No other club in the world, no other club in the world. I mean, no, apart from Real Madrid, every other club in the world have at least 2 strikers. City had Alvarez and Haaland. Arsenal had who else?
You're not getting my
But,
point.
but
Two
I don't.
strikers is needed at Manchester
So
United,
so
but not
what is your
two
argument?
rookie, not two rookie strikers. You're looking for a striker. You need
No,
to
No.
see.
so
It's the truth. Rasmus was a
See,
rookie. His number was announced as no add-up.
Rasmus' problem last season. Let me say this.
Okay.
Let me say this to you.
Okay.
Rasmus' problem last season
Okay.
was not the ability of not scoring goal. Rasmus' problem
It
last
was what?
season. Rasmus' problem last season was not an ability of that he couldn't score goal. Rasmus' problem last season was an ability of the team not providing those chances, creating those chances for him. When
okay.
you know that you have the likes of Bruno Fernandes that loses the ball, you have Rashford that loses the ball, you have a whole lot of issues with that team last season, and that was why Rasmus struggled. If you put Rasmus in that Manchester City's team, he will score more goals. That is the true fact about it. Let's tell ourselves the truth. He will score more goals.
I start to be corrected, and I will say this over and over again. See, Rashford is not a top class striker.
Or he should be
And
able.
for a team as big
Nobody is
as
saying I
for a
did
team
not call
as big
Rashford
as
a striker. That's what I'm saying.
No,
exactly,
Don't
you're talking
correction.
about
but for a team
Rasmus.
as big, yes, a team as big as Manchester United need a top class striker that will lead the line. If it's not
Mhm.
Rasmus, it can be Joshua Ziki.
See,
The numbers do not add up.
let me tell you,
It
this is a
do
different. No,
not
so this is a
add up.
different season. Whether you like it or not, it's a different season, and the club knows what they want to achieve.
Yeah,
Is
Arsenal,
I
Joshua
understand.
Ziki a top class
Hold
manager?
on.
I think
Arsenal,
that's
no,
what should be asking.
is
Is he a
Gabriel
top
Jesus?
class?
Hold on, is Gabriel Jesus a top striker?
No, it's not. And that's
So
why I
why do
said so
you
bad
have
last
him in that
season.
team? Why do
He's
That
not
is
even a
why I
using
said
him
striker.
so
season
bad
in
last
season back?
season. But I can't
He's
see
not. He's
that
not
is
even
why
a
Arsenal
striker.
is in the market for a top
They
class
are not.
striker.
If Arsenal are in the market for a top striker, let me say this: if Arsenal are in
Okay.
the market for a top striker, which all of us think they should be, they will not. They will not cough out 50 million euros on Calafiori, and that is that is my
Wait,
Come on,
Califury has not been done
they
now.
need a
Not
center
been done.
back.
yeah.
They need a
It's not been
center
They
back.
done.
don't need a centre back, Oga. They don't
They
need
need
a
a
center
center.
back.
They
You
need
They
a
know what
do.
center
Arsenal
back.
needs
They
now?
do.
No. Let me
They
tell you
do.
what Arsenal
They
needs
scored
now.
that.
They have a
Let me
player.
paint.
They
Let
have
me
a
paint
player.
the picture.
No.
Let
They
me
have a
paint the
player.
picture.
Hold on.
I want to
Arsenal
paint.
have a
I want
player
to
that
paint the
can.
picture.
No,
They
so
do need a
you
center
don't
back.
need a
Now
center back.
you have Saliba.
No.
See, you
Uh-huh.
have
I'm a
Saliba.
they have.
Let me,
They need
you have Saliba.
Yes.
You have Maguires. Who is
Gabriel.
your replacement?
Why did you sign Ben White? Ben White was not signed as a
Why
right
is
back.
he right back?
You
He's
go and
right back
sign
at
a
the
right back.
moment.
Arsenal should go and
He's
sign a
playing
right back.
right back at the moment.
No,
No.
He's
No.
playing at the moment.
They need.
He's a
no.
right
No.
back
I'm a
right
few.
now.
What
Arsenal's
Arsenal
score is
needs.
right back.
Okay, tell me. Arsenal is a
I'm a
joker, and
few.
this is
I'm a
what I
few.
take. Arsenal is a
I'm a
joker.
few. I'm a
I will
few.
never cough out
Arsenal.
50 million euros for a right back who has injury. Have you
Hey,
seen the guy's
center
injury
back.
list? Have you seen his
Califiori.
injury
No,
list? Have you seen his
let me
injury
share
list?
with you. Ben White has had a fantastic season.
I'm not
I
talking
think
about
he's one of
Ben
the most
White.
fittest
Let's
players.
keep Ben White aside. He has had a fantastic season as a makeshift right back. He was never from Brighton. He was never a right
He
back. True or
doesn't know
false?
he is the right back. If it's
He
not
was not
broken,
a
don't
right.
fix it.
He is
If
not
it's
a
not
right back.
broken,
I'm a
don't
few.
fix it.
I'm a
So
few. I'm
let's
a
say
He's
few.
a
ourselves the
right
truth.
back right now.
I
I'm a
will
few.
never spend. Look at it now. 50 million. Except Edward Ward will come back to the team, but with the current board we
See,
have now, they will never spend 50 million euros on Calafiori, knowing fully well that money should be spent on a striker. That's absurd
I'm a
for
few.
a player
I'm a
that
few.
has a
I'm
terrible
a few.
injury history. Tell
I'm
yourself
a
the
few.
truth.
And that's what you're saying. But one thing is this, man. Like Nonso is saying, it is not broken. Don't need fixing. Because
Yes,
one thing
I
is
agree. If
this.
it's not broken,
Yes,
don't fix it.
it
But
was
you need.
bought. It
Okay,
was
who is the
bought as a
replacement?
center back.
Who is the replacement for? See, who is the
He had,
replacement
it was bought.
for Ben White if he gets injured? Who is the guy that will replace that was saying for him in that right back?
No, Dan, this is what we're talking about now. They have Timiyasu.
Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu can
Tomiyasu.
play as a right
Ah,
back. He can play as a
why
left
is he
back.
Tomiyasu.
not starting? Ben White was not
Tomiyasu.
a right back.
Then
Ben
the
White is
replacement
not.
of
See,
Ben White.
so whether you
Arsenal need
like it or
a
not,
center back.
whether we like it
No,
or not, are you getting me now?
Arsenal need a center back. They need a center back.
Whether
It's
we like
not
it or
broken,
not,
man. It's not broken,
we
man.
are here, we are
That it
watching,
was
we
not
are watching.
broken.
And
It's not broken. I don't fix it.
that striker that have eluded Arsenal for a long, we still elude them this season. How many weeks to the season to the season now? We are virtually.
Arsenal's biggest problem is a center back and a striker. There is no replace. Let me take you back 2 seasons ago when this guy got injured for Saliba. Arsenal
Yeah.
capitulated. But with
Arsenal,
Calafiori
yeah.
with the team, he gives
Yeah.
control to Maguires and of course, and
You are
refreshes
not
the
even
center back
sure.
partnership.
You are not even
He brings
sure.
refreshment.
You are not even sure that
So that's
you are
the
not
thing.
even sure
We
whether
are, we are,
It's
we
a
are
it's
barely
a
talking
game, it's
about
a
the
game
deal is not,
you're
the
not
deal is
even
not even
sure.
done yet.
See, you're not even sure Calafiori will even be an Arsenal player at the end of it. That's one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If
It's not
That's
really
what
done
I'm
if
yet.
he's
saying.
being signed,
It's a
that's number
better.
one.
But
If he's being signed, do
if
you
they are
know?
signed,
Also,
it's a hit, not a
do you know
miss.
that?
But
Do you know
Joshua
that?
Ziki for Man United is a miss, not a hit. That's what I'm saying.
It's not a
Misplaced
miss
priorities.
because he has not
Might not
played.
be
It's
a
no,
top
no, 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 no,
striker,
no.
can give you
No,
So
so
25
Zexi,
I
goals
can
a
still
season,
go
but
into the
Ziki
transfer market.
can't.
No, so look at it. I can still go into the transfer market and
and get
sign
Ivan Tony.
Evan Tony.
Ivan Tony.
So when
Yeah.
you are talking, it's a miss and not a hit. I don't understand.
No,
Club. See,
so
for you
one
to
thing
have
is this, man.
for
Well,
you to have a good championship, and history have seen it. I've seen it time and time again. You need 2 strikers. There was once
no,
upon
one
a
thing
time
is
there
this.
was a club that had 4 strikers and they won the treble that year. History have shown that you need
I'm a few.
options. You
I'm
need
a
to play
few.
different options,
I'm a few.
and that
One thing
was
is
what
this, man.
Arsenal lacked last season. To be frank.
Big Zexi we are talking
Why
about.
United were not even up to the standard of Arsenal. So the issue of us coming to say United Joshua Zexis is a miss or is a hit, I don't see that as that. He can always
No,
play
what is
behind the
this?
striker. He can always come in from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bench.
that's what I want
He
to
can always
say.
come in from the
He can
bench
play
and
as
make
behind the
impact
striker,
from
as
the
a
top.
10.
United are building a team. They have a project
How
on
do
ground.
you
They are
have,
building.
this is my question. How do you
Mhm.
have 2 backup strikers in a team when you need a top 9, the
I
main
don't need
man?
a top
You're
line.
buying a
Oga,
Now,
backup when there's
listen
already a
to me.
backup in the team.
Oga,
no, so
let's agree on one thing. I already have a top 9.
yeah.
I have Rasmus Olet as my top
Who's
9.
your top 9?
He's my top 9. 15 goals
Is
last
that
season
your
in all
top
competitions.
9? Is that your league?
Hold
Does
on
that guy
also.
give you 20 goals in the Premier
No, so
League?
Also,
Can they give
15
you
goals
let
30
him
last
goals in
land.
season.
all
Let him
15
competitions?
land.
goals last
Let
season.
him land.
15 goals. How many goals did Gabriel Jesus score last season?
He was injured.
He's not a
He was
striker.
injured. Most.
And that's
He
why
was
I'm
injured.
Oh, no,
looking for a
a season that
striker.
yes. So I have a number 9, and I have somebody that can play off the striker. He's not necessarily because he wasn't really the number 9 last season for Atlanta. He wasn't really the number 9. I mean, what's his name?
He was a backup,
Zexis.
man. That's what I don't
He
understand.
wasn't really the number 9 for Bologna last season.
No,
Last season he wasn't the number 9.
What is the
No, he
rationale around
wasn't.
his signing?
He
What
wasn't
is
the
the
number 9.
rationale around his
Please go and
signing?
check, please. Go and check.
What is the rationale?
Why we are
That's what I said.
signing him?
What is the
Why we are
rationale
signing
around
him?
his signing?
Why we are signing
What
him?
is the rationale? Because even Jordan Sancho will play ahead of him if he remains at Manchester United.
I don't
That's the
understand.
truth. If he plays
No,
for
Are you
people.
the manager? Are you the manager?
Sancho,
I don't even think
Sancho will
Sancho.
play ahead of-
I don't even think
No,
Sancho
what-
will have more
Sancho-
time to
not
play
in the
next
same
season, this season. I don't think so. Even with him remaining in the team, also, I don't think so. I think virtually he will be
Don't
sold.
go there.
Sancho will leave the club.
Don't go there. He will play.
He will leave the
Sancho
club.
will
That's
play.
what I think. He will leave that
Sancho
club.
will play.
Sancho
Sancho
will leave the club.
if Sancho stays back, he will play regular football. It's a normal thing.
something
There is
I
nobody
said
that
to
comes
you.
close.
On my fuse.
If he
On my
stays
fuse.
back, he plays regular
fuse.
football.
As long as Sancho as a player, now get me, as long as that Sancho as a player produce what he did in Dortmund last season, he will start. But if he doesn't do that, he will go back to the bench and rotate.
That's what I'm saying.
And with the history of Sancho that we know, last
the reason, one thing is this, man. The reason why Sancho did not play at United, did not do well at United, he was coached badly. That is it for me.
He wasn't coached
One
badly.
thing is this, man.
I wasn't 100%.
He wasn't coached badly. See. No. I will disagree with you on that. Let me say it. Sancho was a player that Erik ten Hag invested. Remember when Sancho had a problem? You remember when he had a problem? He sent him out. Go and handle your problem and come back. And you say he's coached badly? He wasn't coached badly. Was Garnacho coached badly?
Wait first.
Was Garnacho coached badly?
Wait. We are going to get there.
Was Kobe Mainoo coached badly?
Wait first. We are going to get there.
No, answer my question.
Wait. Coming to the last season, he played Jadon Sancho as a false 9. And Sancho in the preseason, he did extremely well in the
preseason. Is not a let's call it a spade.
Just wait. I know.
It's not season proper.
I am coming to that. He was playing well in the preseason. The season starts. He did not play Sancho. Now, because one thing we're talking about this thing here, I said something to you that Sancho, they did not allow Sancho go because you don't tell me that I'm Sir Jim Ratcliffe right now. I just bought 25% shares from the club. And I saw a player who did not play football for 3-4 months at United, then go to Dortmund and get to Dortmund Champions League final, bossing the likes of...
Was he the one that took the club to the Champions League final? Was he the one that took the club to the final? Let me ask the question. Was he the one? We see players single taking the club to the Champions League final, but Sancho did not do that. He did it as part of a team. Let me say this about Sancho, please. And I think this is the last time I want to talk about Sancho. To be frank, no player is bigger than the club. If you are benched, you are benched. If you're not selected for being lazy, which he is as a player, he has shown it several times at United. He has shown it several times at United. What are we arguing on? What are we arguing for? He has shown it several times, time and time again for United that he is a lazy player. Not just him.
Wait,
I'm not calling
it. But wait first. Hear what I want to say here. Now, all this thing we're talking about, what brought about this problem is this. Man U played a game against Arsenal. They lost 3-1.
Yes.
Now, you have a player like in Sancho that did not play the game.
Yes.
You did not select him on the bench. He was not there.
Yes.
Now, you lost the match 3-1. And now, a journalist comes and asks you a question.
Oh, let's not go there, please. A manager. Don't go there, please. Don't go there. There are several instances Pep Guardiola has thrown some of his players under the bus. There are several instances, even Sir Alex Ferguson, the great manager, the greatest of all managers that have graced the Premier League, has thrown some of his players under the bus. Are you getting me now? To be frank, are you getting me now? The issue between Sancho and Ten Hag has been brewing even before that match. Let's tell ourselves the truth. That issue has been brewing before that match. Are you getting me now? And I will blame the
Can I
player
speak
because
now? Can I speak now?
this player was
Can I
selected
speak now?
time and time again and not
Can I
producing
speak
what he
now?
was
Mr.
expected to.
Amapius, I want to talk about the fact that we talk about Sancho in a certain light is quite excruciating as a football enthusiast pundit that we are, because we know the quality the young man brings.
Yeah.
He's far better than two-thirds of the wingers at Manchester United.
Why
Love
didn't
it
you
or hate
produce
it. I think
no, so
he was
please
better than
don't
everybody
see,
last
I
season.
keep don't let us not look
love
for
it or hate
excuse.
it.
Let us not look for
No.
excuse
See,
for a player. We keep on looking for excuse for
this guy,
players. And these
this
players,
is new guy.
I think as pundit, we are the ones spoiling these players because he knows how to dribble. You see, football is more than kicking the ball on the pitch.
Do you know
It has a lot.
Anthony? Anthony has no business in Manchester United.
Hold on. Didn't you hear what happened? No. I think
It's Eric Ten Hag. That is why
Please don't blame Ten Hag. Yeah,
some
some blame has to go to him. But let me say this.
But he stayed.
Let me say this.
Sancho goes.
Anthony complained that he was used as a left back. You know what Ten Hag told him? He said go fuck yourself. He told him to his face, I can play you anywhere I want to play you. He was telling Ten Hag. He said so. He says that. Who is Sancho in that team? Who is Sancho in that team? That United team that will not adhere to the manager's plan.
Because wait first, the little time Sancho played for Dortmund, like it was better than whatever every forward in United did the whole season.
Absolutely, 120%.
Let's be. Let us.
How many goals did he score in that? How many goals did he score in that part? How many goals did he score? Let's stop sugarcoating these players. I've said it time and time again. I will not. If a manager is doing bad, you know how I call out managers. If a manager is doing bad, see. If a manager is doing bad, I call the manager out. If players,
okay. No, you know what? Back to this.
Rasmus. Back to Rasmus. Rasmus was playing. During the last 4-5 games, 6 games, let me be sure. Eric Ten Hag played Bruno Fernandes the first night and let Rasmus Højlund on the bench. For a coach that's got a striker, if you are that good, you just have to play.
Which game was that?
No.
Rasmus Højlund. Hold on. So calm down. Please, you have to go back to when we talk about players, you have to go back to the history book. There was no time Rasmus, as long as his feet was kept on the bench. Point of correction. Hold on. Let me take you back to history now. Let me say we are forgetting our history. There was no time. No, so there was no time. Remember that when he scored, when he had. Hold on, hold on. Tell me the time. What time was it?
Is this?
I think towards the end of last week, including the final of the FA.
He was injured. Calm down. He was injured.
Let's say including the final of the he was injured. The first night.
He was injured. The only match he did not start. The only match he did not start was the FA Cup final because there was a game plan in that match.
What thing is this? Wait. You know what?
He went on a drought now.
You know what?
That went on a long drought.
Not to wait. You see,
my problem is that we have to look at the timelines. We have to look at. We are not looking at the timelines here because at the beginning of the season, Rasmus was injured. He didn't even start how many matches? Close to 8 matches.
You know what?
You have to look at the timeline.
I don't understand what you are saying, but one thing is this, man. You see, Rasmus Højlund, Kobe Mino, Garnacho. I will tell you for a fact that Ten Hag overplayed these guys. And it's
why wouldn't you overplay them? Why wouldn't you overplay them when they were the one producing things for the team? Who was United's highest goal scorer last season?
You wouldn't say so.
Who was United's highest goal scorer last season?
Like Ahmad. Ahmad did not even get
What is Ahmad? Who is Ahmad? Why is Ahmad? Why are you calling Ahmad? What is Ahmad? What is Ahmad?
I'm confused. So
what is Ahmad?
Okay, now you're telling me that it was right for Ten Hag to
So if you're a manager in a team as United, you set Ahmad in your match.
What are you saying? I'm confused.
I cannot start Ahmad. Ahmad cannot be a starter in my team. He must always come from the bench to make impact. That's what it is.
I'm sorry. Even Rasmus Højlund should be coming from the bench to make impact.
No. I don't think so. It's Ahmad.
No. You can't tell me that. No.
Can Ahmad give you 5 goals in a season?
Ahmad.
Oh, you tell me
I
Ahmad
want
is better than Ganacho?
Ahmad is literally saved this guy's job. Ten
No,
Hag.
no, he didn't save Ten Hag job. I told you
I
about
will
Ten
tell
Hag.
you
I
against
told you
Liverpool.
about
Against
Ten
Liverpool.
Hag, and Ten Hag.
Against
I think
Liverpool.
the good thing he had, the good thing he had, the good thing going well for Ten Hag is that the INEOS group went to Ibiza to knock at his door and say, we don't have any
No,
other
so guys,
manager.
wait,
We
wait
see.
till
I
they
told you
sack
this
him.
thing
Don't
before.
worry. Wait till they
Uh-huh.
sack him. They've
So
already been
if
talking
you sack Ten Hag,
Southgate
if
and
you sack
Tuchel
see
already.
Southgate will never coach United. I've said so. He will never be United manager. Go and mark
Tuchel
my
as
word.
well. They've talked about Tuchel as well. Tuchel lining up already.
If
That's the
Tuchel
thing.
wants to coach, I prefer a Tuchel than a.
See, the truth is, Man United are in a conundrum. Man United are in a conundrum. See, it goes beyond who the manager is going to. Because if they tell you a manager comes to Man United,
Says an
he
Arsenal
doesn't
fan that the club cannot even win a league over City back to back. What is conundrum? What is conundrum? Do you know do you know the meaning of conundrum? For a team that is being rebuilt,
that comes to Man United at the moment of confused, will do a total clear out.
For
A total clear out.
No, you don't
It
do
will be a
total
clear
clear out like
out.
that. It
And
is
you
not
know
Chelsea.
it.
United is
Any
not Chelsea. You don't do
the
total
people
clear
will
out like
survive
that.
the few, sorry, huge few, microscopic few
I don't really
will survive.
No, so I don't even expect you saying using the word total clear out. The club
Okay.
total clear out in the club like that for financial reasons and for the PSLR. You don't do that.
I know, but tell you, you need to go gradually.
Chelsea can
You do what club did with
let me
Liverpool.
talk. Let me educate
Gradually
you now.
eating them out.
Let me
Until he
educate
forms
you
the season.
in respect
One
to
season,
no
six will
club,
go. Next season, 3
no
or 4
club
will
in
go.
this world.
Until he gets what he wants.
No club in this world can do
Most of the
a clear
players
out in
in
one
Man
season.
United right now are not good enough.
Oh God.
I
But one thing,
understand. I don't. You need to understand what I mean by a clear out. I don't mean total clear
I'm
out.
giving United
I
kudos,
don't
man. They
know
are
if
doing
I
well,
mean,
man. In
he
terms
will
of
clear.
transfer
He will
market.
take it season for season. He will do what club did to Liverpool.
So
It will be like he will do a clean out. A clean out.
can I talk about it? Can I talk? Please let me have
Okay.
this floor because I
Please
shouldn't
go
be
ahead.
saying the things you are saying. Maybe you are saying those things in an error. Nobody said United are back. Nobody said a ball has not even been kicked. We don't even know the starting 11 of the club.
Yeah,
Players
true.
have been sold. How many players have left the club this season, this time around? About 7 of them now currently. They've left.
Amor will still go.
They've been only two
More
have
will still go.
only two and more will still go, which I agree. Only two have come in. But coming to say that United are in a bad place, I don't you as a journalist that you're not supposed to say it. That is the true fact. You're not supposed to say it because no ball
Are
has
in a
been
bad
kicked
place.
yet. No ball, no
No, I,
ball has
I, I
been.
want to say that
I'm
he's in a
talking
bad
from
place. But
I'm talking from what I
I
saw
think
last
he's doing
season.
well.
What
Terms
I
of
saw
signing.
last season
What you saw
and
last
what
season.
the business
This
spider
season
have
now.
done so far.
Do you know
It is not enough.
hold on. Do you know that Arsenal can go into this season? Are you getting me now? Arsenal can,
Yeah.
any club can, not even Arsenal, any club can go into this season, even with the players that they had. Let us remember that United had a team that won the Premier League under Sir Alex Ferguson. And under David Moyes, what happened? It happens. You can go into that season. Who even
No,
expect that?
that
Who
team
even
Ferguson
expect?
used to win the league is terrible.
Eh?
That was
We all
terrible,
go
man.
back to Ferguson. The team Ferguson used to win the league is terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
A team that had
You had no.
I remember you.
No.
They had the Berbatov.
If
In
you
the
say
PC,
like
they have an
the
80
team,
carry.
hold on now.
And the flag should go back. Should we
Hold
go
on.
back?
No,
Who
so
my best was just go back from Arsenal. Remember,
You know what?
hold on.
but that was in his
You know what?
30s.
You had a
Wait.
team that was aging. You had a team
Ferguson
that
is a
was
miracle
aging.
worker.
Are you getting me now? No.
Ferguson is a miracle worker.
I
Ferguson is
disagree
a
with
miracle
you.
worker.
He's not a miracle worker. He's a
Ferguson is a
coach that
miracle
knows.
worker.
He's a coach that knows what how to play and who he wants to play. You had
You know
a team
one
that
thing
was
that
aging that season.
you know
That's
what,
the
guys?
only point.
This
That's
team,
the only point you
we
can
are
make.
going to say
But for you to
we
say
are going to
Carrick
give
was a
the
terrible
evaluation.
player, you said
Let the
this one,
season
that
begin.
one. You had the Ryan Giggs that
Frank
was
was
aging.
going. He was
No,
going.
you had the Ryan Giggs that was
He
aging.
was almost
You
leaving
had
the
a
team when
you had
Ferguson
a
left.
you had a Ryan Giggs that was aging. You had a
Ragig was
Ferdinand
finished.
that is
He
gone.
was finished. Ragig
You had,
was finished at
no,
that
let me
point.
explain now.
Ragig was gone.
Wait, I'm confused. You know one thing? Let us drop because we keep
No,
arguing.
I need
Who
to
is
speak.
replacing Southgate?
I
For me,
need
who is replacing Southgate?
for Southgate. I think
Who replacing Southgate? Because
like I told you
Southgate is
earlier,
not
for
the
Southgate, the I think it was bound to happen whether he wins the champ. I think I spoke to me and also spoke about it. Whether he won the Euro or not, it was bound to happen.
No, that's
Maybe
not saying so.
he could have fluked his way
Because
to win the Euros, but it
because
didn't really
they
happen
said
for
it.
him.
The FA said it that they said it that no matter what happened, they want to
Yeah.
give him a 2 year
They want to keep him.
extension.
Yeah, they wanted to keep him. They wanted
No,
to
I
keep, but
think
he was
because,
smart.
like I said,
Yes,
me and you said the
because he
pressure was
was
too
not that
much.
left.
I
He
think the
said it.
pressure was too much from the outside. And what I mean the pressure was too much from the outside, not within the FA, was
That
that
the press.
the fans, not even the
Yeah,
press, the fans.
not the press, the fans,
The fans,
because
because the press
Southgate,
were the one that picked the team. That's why most of them could not even say anything.
press
We agree.
they are his
Most of
friend,
them
they are
could
his
not say
friend.
anything. They picked the team for Southgate. There are players that were not supposed to
Wait,
go to that Euro,
and wait,
and they
I'm
went to the
confused. And
Euros.
when you're talking about keeping them picking, they are picking the players for Southgate, is because those fans that the press. Let's look at the press you're talking about. You're talking about Roy Keane. You're talking about Paul Scholes. Talking
Paul
about Carragher.
Scholes. All their
So these are
names,
the
yes.
people that are
Scores
That
picking
is
didn't
those
really
level.
teams.
feature.
Now,
Yeah, Scores didn't feature.
no,
They didn't really feature in this year's this thing. Let's
no,
give him this.
no, not about the,
Like
not
the
in
likes of
the, not
no,
in the pundits.
hold on. Let me mention the
No,
real names. Let me mention the real names here.
Mino came into that team. Mino came into that team because of the statement Scholes made when he
No,
said
Yes. He said
no,
it
when he
was a
said
mixture of
Kobe makes me
this
play
guy.
football.
Stayed up for
But
all that person.
we all know that for Kobe Manu, whether anybody makes a statement or not, are you getting me now? He will have a go because it was only Kobe Manu that could complement. Let's tell ourselves the truth in this instance. It was only Kobe Manu that could complement Declan Rice. He will not.
He could not still show, man. I'm sorry. Even the
No,
class
no,
was
no.
crap.
Okay, you
Crap. The
prefer
class was
Trent
crap, man.
Alexander-Arnold in that midfield than Kobe
I
Manu.
am sorry. Like I'm sorry. The fact that drop like me, I would have dropped Declan Rice. It was crap. I would play Jubeliam and Kobe Manu. I'm telling you.
No.
I'm telling you.
Tactically, you are not. Tactically, you are not.
Bro, let me tell you. Let me
Tactically,
explain to
it's
you.
only Jude
Let me explain
Bellingham
to
in
you.
that team that can play. That can play. Okay, if you drop Jude Bellingham, are you getting me now? No, let's look at it. You
I
drop
said I'm
Jude
dropping. I'm
Bellingham
dropping.
and
He
Declan
said
Rice.
we
Do you
got
understand?
the
The class was
I
rubbish.
played
The class
Bellingham
was
and Kobe
rubbish.
Manu,
Eh?
which I still don't agree
Declan
with.
Rice was crap
I
in
think
this
there was
competition.
no
I'm
way
sorry.
you'd have picked your Three
I'm not
Lions
having it.
team without
Uh,
having your Declan Rice inside of it.
exactly.
No, what I'm saying
Exactly.
is,
See,
it's
the
not
only
about
number six.
not
See,
having him. Did
Tiemba.
he play
The
well?
only number
Because he was
six.
rubbish in retirement.
No,
He was
no.
crap.
The only number six you had in that team, are
Was
you getting
Declan
me
He
now?
was
Rice?
crap.
It was
Was
Declan
Declan
Rice.
Rice?
And
You
the
know,
only
There's
person
no way
that can
you put your
complement
team
him.
inside
you know
it.
what? You know what?
Do you know why? Do you know why Kobe Manu was in that team? Do
No,
you know why
so
Kobe
you
Manu
know
was in
when a
that team?
manager comes out
Because there was
and
no
makes a
Calvin
statement,
Phillips. It
when
Exactly.
was a
He
Calvin
was the
he
only
makes
player
Phillips
in
a
that
that team.
played.
statement,
He was the only
then
player
you
in that team. Not
understand
even Declan
what he's
Rice.
talking
He was
about.
the only player. Hold on, this thing. He was the only player in that team. In that team that can beat the press. Whenever there's a press from any opposing side, he was the only player that can beat you with the compliment of Declan Rice. That is the truth.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry,
Absolutely.
Declan Rice in this competition was crap. I'm
No,
sorry.
I think
I mean,
for me,
I think the one player was
for
Phil
me,
he was
Foden.
crap.
Declan
I'm not
Rice,
even calling the main problem. Phil Foden was
One
a
thing is this:
spectator. He came to the Euros to
Foden,
watch football. He
Foden
didn't
should
exactly.
come
have
to
been
play.
dropped. Foden should
The
have
guy,
been dropped.
they would have given a seat on the stands. Because it was no more than the
Foden
guys
should
in
be
the stand.
dropped. Kawaka should have been dropped. Harry Kane should have been dropped. Like even at some point, there are some games.
Funny
Saka
enough,
should have been
Kawaka made it to the team of the tournament. I don't know how,
like I don't know how. Like I don't know how they do it,
but he
man. I
got
don't know.
there.
Maybe it's funny. Maybe I
When
think
you look at when you look
that's
at the
what makes
final,
more
when you
sense.
look at the final, the two goals were scored where Kawaka was in
Kawaka,
that final. Walker was
he
Exactly.
was
So I'm wondering
and you have
how
so you
did
have
that
Cavaja.
even Phil Shaw,
Cavaja.
even Luke Shaw that I was thinking that there'll be much more pressure on him.
Looks had a
Had a
cracking
better
game at
game.
the final.
Yes, had a
He
cracking
had
game
a
than
cracking game.
Walker.
Had a
Yes.
better game.
I was see, to be frank, I thought Luke Shaw was the Achilles heel in that team, but it proved to me that Kyle Walker was the Achilles heel because he
The
totally
painful part is that
that.
Southgate could not look them in the eyes and tell them that you boy, Walker, Kane, sit on the bench. He couldn't do it.
Oh, he's
Because why
on
the
the
press
bench.
won't let him, his ego won't let him, the press won't let him, a lot
No,
of factors won't let him. So they did a manager. There was a report coming in from the Athletic that they want Pep Guardiola after his contract expires in Manchester City. Maybe a coach like that who can look at the top
Actually,
boys and tell them, sorry, you are good, but you're not good enough.
yeah.
But I think if Pep comes to
I
England, he will
see.
suffer loss. He will
No,
suffer
so
loss.
both
This
of
guy
you might
cannot
agree with
factor in
me.
the league.
No, so both of you might agree with me with this statement I want to make now. This is the statement I want to make. You see, if you look at the Spanish national side, You see, they are built in a system that all of them, all these players, the system they have is that they have a system of keeping possession of the ball. Yes. That's the philosophy of the Spanish national side. But if you look at the English national side, even after drawing level with Spain 1-1, what happened again? All of them went back.
And it's not something we
But
knew. We've known England for that for a very long time.
Eh?
We've known England for that for a very long time
But,
under
but
Southgate.
it has to do with the system of
One
play.
thing is this.
If you
And
agree
you know
with
what
me,
is that?
it has to do with the system of
we are
play.
here, so we are here talking about Guy Southgate, about how bad he is when it comes to technically and whatever. But do you guys understand that England, this is not the first time it's happening. You could say under Guy Southgate was when England were more successful. And
Absolutely.
people will tell you that they will tell you that these players here are this thing. What do you call it? They are talent. They are golden generation. Guys, we have had golden generation before these teams. We've had a team that had Paul Scholes, Owen Hargreaves, Ashley Cole, Rio Ferdinand, Joe Cole, Glenn Johnson, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, Owen Hargreaves, like Wayne Rooney. Players, they never did anything. But when this guy came in, Guy Southgate came in, immediately Southgate came in. Things change. Then all
I
of a
think
sudden,
the result has been better. Let me be sincere with you. The result under
honestly,
Gareth Southgate has been top notch. 2 finals in 4 tournaments, 1 semi-finals, 1 quarter-finals.
quarterfinal.
See, you could argue with all your permutations and they didn't play well. Oh, they were not up to standard.
Yes.
Oh, they could have done better. Oh, this player should have started on the bench. But he just found to see. You can call it whatever it is. He's effective and efficient. I can't remember the last time a team got to the semi-final of any tournament before Gareth Southgate. I can't remember the last time it happened. Even under a certain
I don't think so.
even under a certain McLaren, even under a certain Sama, it did not just happen. But that's how they had a bit of stability. They had a bit of
Yes, I
understanding.
agree with.
They had a
See,
bit of
there's no doubt. There's no doubt about Southgate's achievement for the Three Lions. I'm not
result
talking about his
matters. But
achievement.
let me be sincere with
But
you,
going forward,
is that guy? There are 2 things involved. One, please listen to me carefully. Gareth Southgate as a tactician is a no-no for me.
yeah,
He's a good
I
man
agree with you.
manager, very good man manager. He when he
Yeah.
believes in you, he can give you the trust and the belief of the world best player. Even if you're not up to that, he can give you that belief. Look at what he
Fantastic,
did with
fantastic. But that is not
You know,
enough.
look at what he did with Maguire. Maguire, when he was in his lowest of lows, he still found a way to get something off by Maguire. That's one. Two, apart from the fact that he's a great man manager, but tactically he's not sound.
Mm-mm.
Two, the players in England are not as good as the press try to raise them to. I think
Problem.
Nigeria and England are in the same pedestal.
And that is
That
why.
is the problem.
That is why
Nigeria and England are together. See Nigeria. We hype our players, they think they are Pele. When in the Super Eagles, you have so many grade C players. The same thing with the
Nigeria
three lions of England.
It
So
makes
many
sense now.
grade
They are
C
being recognized
players.
by England, boss. They're recognized by England, so it makes sense.
okay, see,
But the truth remains, guys,
Honestly.
no, I agree.
these
I
guys
agree
are
with
not
everything.
as good as they take them to be.
Absolutely,
Before
I agree with everything
they,
you have said now. So
they're
I
right.
agree with you.
They're not as good. So when the press hype them to a certain level, you now expect something different, something extra. But come on,
Yeah.
what they can give you is basics. They're just above at worst. At best, I beg your pardon, above average.
Honestly.
They're not even
Honestly.
good.
Okay,
Honestly.
this is. I think everything also I've said is spot on. I think it's
Yes.
no brainer
I
for us
agree with you. I agree with you.
to start arguing on what his achievements are there for the
Mhm.
Three Lions. We can't take it away from that. But you
Mm.
see, but the weaknesses his team portray
It's
in these
visible.
three, yes,
Visible.
in these 3 tournaments. First of all, against Croatia in the semi-finals of the World Cup. Secondly, against Italy in the finals of the Euros in 2001 in Wembley. Thirdly, against France in the quarterfinals of the World Cup again. And also, fourthly, what we just experienced last week, Sunday.
The final again against, if you have won
Again.
that game, if it was
Again.
tactically sound.
And these matches were not that England were battered. It was just all of them were 1-1 goal margin. All of these
Exactly.
matches were 1-1 goal margin. It shows that something needs to change. And for me, I just think that maybe somebody like Jurgen Klopp can come in and bring something different to that national side,
Maybe
silencing
a Pep
negative
Guardiola.
or
Maybe a Pep
Guardiola.
Guardiola.
But these two will not take the job, and this is the reason why I think they will not take the job. And also,
They won't.
you know what I want to say. You know what I really want to say about why they won't take the job, because I don't think at this age that they are, club management, coaching an international country for these two guys at this time
Different.
it's not really right for them. It's not right for them.
Mm.
It's
For
not
me, that's what I
looking.
think. It's not right for them.
No, it's not viable.
Eh,
Not
yes, it's
viable.
not
So
viable, and it's not the time.
so
Yes, even
among the
we knew
candidates,
Don Carlo was supposed to take the Brazil job. We knew
Brazilian
that.
Jobia.
Yes, at the
But
end
it's
of
not
this season,
the
but he turned it down.
yeah.
Why? Because club football is so sweet, it's so beautiful. It is challenge upon challenge, building a team upon building a team, and
Uh-huh.
all the time when you build a team and there's success in that team, what will happen if you take De La Fuente today and put him in that Madrid job? I don't think he's gonna do well with all the money that, and
No.
this is the reason, because De La
I
Fuente
think there are some
knows
managers
the system.
that are
Look
good
at
with
where he started
national
from.
team.
De La Fuente started from the youth team. From the youth
Under
team, he
19 to
started
under
youth team.
21.
Exactly.
And I don't know if he want to leave Spain because he was asking for the job for US. I don't know if he wants to leave Spain.
No, I don't think he's
But
gonna
for
leave
England
Spain.
job
He's gonna
now,
take them to the World Cup.
England job,
He's gonna take them to the World
they've,
Cup
This guy has
they've
won the
listed
under 19 Euros. He has
they've
won the
listed
under 21 Euros. He
he's
Yeah,
the
has
only
won
manager
the
that's done it.
UEFA Nations League, and he has
yeah.
He's the
won
only one that's done
the
it.
European
I think
Champions
for
League.
me,
So
He
he's
has
the
for
one
won
me,
that's done it.
every tournament he
the
has
only
won.
problem De La Fuente has, the only problem De La Fuente has, I think I've mentioned it to you, Tia Banks. I said, okay, to Noso as well. I said he has to. The only problem he has, which I see as a problem and also not as a problem, is that
Mhm.
there is a minute part of that team, 30% of that team, that is aging, and he needs to replace them. He needs
Yeah.
to replace those players. The likes of Carvajal, the likes of Morata, the likes of who else again? Nacho is gone. A lot of players, Jesus
Rodri,
Navas is gone. Huh?
They will be gone. Most of them will be gone by
Rodri,
World Cup. They'll be gone by World Cup.
Rodri will still be there to lead in the midfield, but you also need to get a replacement for him. Just as Rodri understudied Sergio Busquets for years, so you need somebody else that will come in there to understudy Rodri. Also in the team, I think that is, for me, that is what he really needs to do, and he has to do it fast because the World Cup is about
let
15
me
minutes
tell
around
you
the
the
corner.
truth. That man will fail on that guy. See, De La Fuente will fail in the Madrid job for one reason. He has never for once managed ego. He has
Mhm.
never for once managed ego. He's always with a young crop of players. Even when he was going to these Euros, he was very smart enough to do what? To throw away all the big boys. Took a massive risk and took the kids from the
Mhm.
backline, Lenormand to even Kukuraya. When the players were like, oh, he played him because he had played him at the
You,
junior level. He took
you
some
know
crazy
what?
risks, man.
You
And
know what
he
this guy
paid
said?
off finally. He
Uh,
paid off.
Guy Nevi. Guy Nevi just made himself look stupid, man. That guy talks too much.
Oh, leave those guys. Leave those guys.
So among the
They
guys
know. They
now,
know.
you know,
They know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Both of
so
Neville and his co-host. They know
among
what's
the
gonna happen
guys now
tomorrow.
that have
But
been,
but
if
this is
you
what I. But
who
this
do
is
you
what I
guys think will
think.
get the job, the England job, because it has been Eddie Howe, Gary Potter, Frank Lampard, Lee Carlison. Lee Carlison is the coach for the under 21, and Pochettino. Those are the
Oh,
five. Then they've been talking of Postecoglou and Pep Guardiola. Though I don't think that those two will happen. That's why the five people and Pochettino. No, Pep can't take the job. It's Pochettino, Graham Potter, Frank Lampard, um, who again? Lee Carson. There are
Eddie
five.
Howe.
Eddie Howe. Those are the five people that
Eddie Howe.
are. So because I for one, I would say I don't think Eddie Howe will leave
See,
Newcastle.
as early as this evening, as early as this September, as early as this evening, the chief executive of Newcastle, I think it's David Ellis, came out clear to say
yeah.
that they will do all they can to resist Eddie Howe by removing to the to the English national team. They will resist the FA. That they cannot let him go now while the project is still ongoing. There's a project, the plan was given there for a project which is ongoing, and they will do
Mhm.
everything to resist him going to the Three Lions. He's the favorite to get a job. Yes, I don't think I want Frank Lampard to manage any team that I'm managing. Not today, not tomorrow, not anytime soon. I think Frank Lampard has failed as a manager. It's just like in the bracket of Gary Neville and Gallagher. Yes, that's where they are now.
But
They are in the same
no,
WhatsApp group.
no, one thing
Absolutely.
I like
So
about Frank Lampard is that Frank Lampard, if he goes to that English national team, there are so many. If there's one person that will get rid of people, is Frank Lampard, because I've seen what he has done in Chelsea. What that guy did in Chelsea when Chelsea they had that transfer ban, whereby he came in and the
that's
likes
not
of
bad.
Mason
Yes,
Mount,
young boys.
like so many small boys. And you look at him when he went to Everton as well, immediately he discovered Antonio Gordon. So I know if that guy can come to that team, the likes of Harry Kane, they will not get the opportunity to come for that national team again. So for me, I think
See,
Eddie Howe
no,
won't
one
go.
thing I like about him, like you have said, is that he has
Mhm.
a mind of his own in the sense that he knows how to, he knows how to make some crazy decisions and he sticks by
Mhm.
it, which is very
Yeah.
important as a manager. I think he
Mhm.
would have taken some crazy risks was the coach of England. The press would have had a
Mhm.
go at him because he's used to it already. The press
Yeah, yeah.
would have, Southgate is this two-sided guy. Let me not offend the press, let me not offend the players, let me just be,
That's what
neither here nor
Southgate
there.
is doing.
But I think Lampard would
That's
have
what
making
Southgate is
those
doing.
calls. They may not have worked. They may not have worked though. They may not have worked
Mhm.
though because no Lampard have tried some
Yeah.
crazy things that did not work. They may have
Yeah.
worked,
It didn't
but we
work
don't
now.
know the
It didn't work.
future and we don't know the present.
But for England,
Yes,
whereby you have the
exactly.
opportunity of picking so many players, because I know under Frank Lampard, the likes of, like, it never makes sense to me whereby you have Antonio Gordon struggled for game time. Antonio Gordon struggled for game time. And you know what is this, man? For me, I don't think Eddie Howe will take the job, so he's out. So it's between Graham Potter and probably Lampard. But I think I would say Graham Potter more, man. I'll lean to Graham Potter getting the job more than over this thing. Though it might be for temporary purpose because
I think
you will say
Graham Potter will take the job. I
you don't
quite
get
agree with
this
you.
thing.
Graham Potter is
I think Graham Potter will
jobless.
get the job.
He looks like a guy who they play with love. Can I say, he's a double ganger to Gareth Southgate. Someone the
Yeah. Yeah.
FA can control. Someone they
Yeah,
can put
because
in his place.
that's one
Okay,
thing.
do
That is one
this.
thing they
Someone they can
and he
give
has that
instructions to.
English
I don't
that
think
English
they can
thing.
have that with Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe is very stubborn. You saw him at Bournemouth.
He has that English stuff,
Exactly.
that
I don't
English
think they
thing
can
in
do that with
there.
Pochettino. They're that
No,
crazy
they won't do
together
that
as well.
Pochettino. They can't. That's the
And
one
Graham
thing
Potter
about the thing.
is also a British. So yeah, so it's gonna be right. Let me figure out that. You don't look like replacing Gareth Southgate with Gareth Southgate.
Yeah. I
They
see
put
people talking
they
about
put Graham Potter.
people talking about Man U beating Real Madrid to signing a player. And I was saying to somebody earlier, I said, people are saying Man U beat
Yeah,
Madrid to a player. I said, do you guys understand you pay three times the amount of money Real Madrid wanted to pay for the guy? Because when you're talking about beating Madrid to a signing, you paid three times the
absolutely.
amount of
And they
money.
want to see, but see, no, what happen. The club box Man United in a corner. The club boxed
Mhm.
Man United in a corner. Madrid don't need
And
to
they forced the
pay
guy
that
to take the deal.
humongous amount of money. That's crazy. They don't need to even smash the bank to pay. Come on. But they have the placement. They have the replacement. They don't need to play that much for Yeri Yono. They do not. But Man United right now, I told you that you see, the Man United squad is chaotic. What did I say? The Man United squad is chaotic. And they need help from anywhere. Any player right now that can improve the team is welcome. It's the truth,
But
now,
one thing
guy.
that
That's how bad
you
it is.
see,
See, I don't. If Morpheus we don't want to agree with us,
no,
but it's
one
that
thing
bad.
I like he does not understand what I'm trying to say. That's one thing about Morpheus. He's not understanding where I'm coming from because I told him earlier, I said something about Sancho. He said Sancho apologized. I said there was no evidence that Sancho apologized. One thing
No
is this, man.
evidence. No evidence.
There's
I'm
no
meeting there
way,
too.
there's no
Make
way,
us speak
there's
more
no
preaching.
way.
Make
They
us speak more
said,
preaching. I'm meeting there
yeah,
too. They don't talk to
they
each other.
said they did meeting, face-to-face meeting. I said, this is Sergeant Ratcliffe and INEOS. We just say to Tenag, dude, we cannot lose this boy. Because it only makes sense that they saw what he
Yeah.
did at Dortmund. They were saying they're not ready to lose
I
the ball
said
like
there's no
this.
player
And
in
the,
Man
and the
United
way
at
they
the
want to
moment that
play,
can keep that guy on the bench.
the way they want to play is what
If it was
Sancho
in Man
did.
United, they would have done better. If he
They
had
were
stayed
telling
that
him,
half
dude,
season,
you
they
know
would
what?
have done
Two
better.
of you get into a room, settle this thing and come outside because this thing we want it resolved. Because this guy, we are not selling him. I see people talking about he
That's
will
the truth.
come, they will sell him, they will loan him. because no club will pay the amount of money he's earning, and Juventus will not want to pay, and Man U will not want to be paying half of what this guy is earning, and yet the player is not playing for the club. That is why I believe. And
See,
Ten Hag is
Man
on watch.
United,
They will sack that
Man
guy.
United to
They'll
spend
sack
that
him.
money. Man
They'll
United,
sack him.
as much as they celebrate, they've got a good defender. I think he's a good defender. Let us
Yes.
first agree first, he's a good defender.
Yeah, he's a good
They've got a good
defender.
defender. And the fans in UK can be happy they've got a good
Mhm.
But the truth remains that they're paying that amount of money because of how desperate that they are to get him in their ranks.
Yeah.
How desperate they are to get him in their ranks. Not because he's that worth that amount of money. So don't be surprised.
No.
He may not come to Man United and begin to develop. He will come to Man United and begin to
That's the thing.
develop. It's that possible.
That's it. And you know what?
He can become a
Omofis
to
was
learn from the
asking.
likes of Martinez, and
Oh,
he could come and start learning. But Madrid do not need that money, need to spend that money. Because why? Madrid has got the. I know they will
no.
lose Nacho because he's heading to Saudi Arabia.
Nacho is
But
gone
they've got
already. He's
players,
still already
even from
in.
their younger players who have got.
So that's the thing. And now what you don't know, I said to Murphy, he said to me about Kobe Mino or my Ganacho. Like Ganacho will not develop because now it's at the stage whereby when you look at Ganacho's game, it's the same thing. He does the same thing. And Ten Hag does not sit down, give these guys instruction like do this, do
See,
this.
Garnacho will
Overplays them as well.
Garnacho will improve under a coach like Pep Guardiola.
Yeah,
Under a coach like Pep Guardiola, Garnacho will improve. You know why?
he will
This
improve.
guy will study his game, look at where he's looking at, where he needs to tweak, where he needs to change, where he needs to improve, where he needs to add a little. But that Ten Hag, he would not. Because Ten Hag plays a kind of direct football, and the boy is just expressing himself. See, first of all, I think he's a carbon copy of Ronaldo. And as a
Yeah.
carbon copy, he cannot be better than the main copy. He needs to change and
Mhm.
play like Garnacho and not play like Ronaldo.
Yeah.
He needs to be Garnacho. He has the flair. He has the ability. He has what it takes. He's a quality player, an absolute gem of a player. I think he would develop to become a worldie if he continues, if he has the right money. It's just like Phil Foden.
Not,
Do you see how
not
terrible he
under,
was when working under
not under
Southgate?
Ten Hag, oh. Not under
When he
Ten
goes to
Hag. I'm
Manchester,
sorry.
it becomes like a
Not under Ten
demigod.
Hag. That boy is going to become like not
Not that. I see. I
the
don't
new
want it to
Rashford.
hard.
The new Rashford.
You know that we have discussed that over again. I do not fancy Ten Hag.
Honestly, I always
I
say
do
it,
not
man.
fancy him. Even
I'm
Rashford
sorry.
has declined under Ten Hag.
Yes, yes, no,
He has
yes.
declined,
And they want to tell you
Rashford
that
declined under Ten Hag.
he improved him. I said, guys, this thing Rashford did is what we have been seeing for a long time. One season is good, the last season is rubbish. One season is good, the last season is rubbish. Like everybody is dropping under Ten Hag because one, you are place player, and if he has it in your
The
mind, he
only,
believes that no
the only
man.
good thing Ten Hag has created, the only two things, see, Temba, the only good thing
Yeah.
Ten Hag has created is Kobe Mino. And I tell you, it's not individual talent. The boy is just good.
And that is what I'm saying. People don't understand. Kobe
The
Mino
boy is
will play
good.
under any manager. I'm sorry.
That's my
He
take.
will play under a man. No, don't tell me that he's making him. No. That boy, I've watched his
That
clips.
guy is a
He's
mixture of
exceptional.
Seedorf. That guy is a mixture of Seedorf and a certain Makalele.
Makalele.
He's a mixture of
Makalele.
Seedorf. He's more like, have you seen it? He's more
Seedorf
like
and Makalele.
a Benz. A Benz.
No,
And
I've said
Seedorf
that. That guy is
Yes.
Seedorf and
He's a
Makalele.
Benz.
So he's a baller. So don't come and
Absolutely.
tell me that Ten Hag,
He's a
he will
Benz.
play.
You know,
So a
he's a
player
different
that
form of a Benz.
Pep
He's got
wanted him.
balance
Wanted Pep.
and
Wanted him.
he's got
Pep wanted him.
yes, he's just a
Because one
Benz
thing
for
is
me.
that
He's a football
it
version
took
of a Benz. Absolutely.
It took Pep. It took Pep to want that dude for Ten Hag to start playing him. And you can imagine, I'm talking about Ahmad. He's asking me who's Ahmad. Like Ahmad literally saved Ten Hag's job. The guy, you used Ahmad when you know that your job is at risk. But I won't say
I
anything
saved him.
because I know that this Ten Hag thing will not last. Already they've been talks
He's going
that
to they're going to fire him.
if
They will fire him for let me be
sack Ten
benevolent.
Hag,
Let me be
if
benevolent.
INEOS should want
They'll
to
fire him
sack,
before December.
they're talking about
December.
Sancho,
I said it with Omofis platform, right? In our YouTube channel. And I'm saying
I
it
told
here
him
again.
as well. I
They
told
will
him December.
they will
I said
fire
in
him in
December.
December.
I told him
December is
December
good.
because
December.
one thing is that they brought in the
And
person
I'm
they
even
want to
kind.
work with.
I'm even kind. I'm very kind saying this. Very kind.
So now somebody got to say about this.
I'm the kindest guy given in December.
Argentina this thing because we've seen that what's it called? FIFA are also now looking into that racist chants done
FIFA
by
is
Argentina.
investigating. Chelsea is investigating. All the
Yeah,
France player in the Chelsea team has unfollowed Enzo
yeah.
Fernandez. I think this is
Mhm.
disgusting to watch. It's disgusting.
Honestly, mate,
It's
crazy.
unacceptable. There is no place for this in modern day football. As much as I
Honestly,
love
mate.
Enzo, I think he took it
Yeah.
too far. The fact that he even posted it was the annoying part. They may have sang it in their dressing room, whatever, but to post it was taking it a
Was
notch
just the full
higher.
video for it.
I know he has come out to
Honestly,
apologize. He had written an
yeah.
apology, but it's not. But I think it should be banned. Maybe for a season. Because if you are saying we are
This is
kicking
what
away,
now.
we
This is
say
what I want
that
to ask
if we are
now
kicking away racism, let's start from the players. Because
because
when we ban the
what
player,
I want
maybe the
to
fans
ask you
may
now.
learn. But
One thing
if
I want to ask you now, Alonso.
you use speed games or a slap on the wrist, yeah,
What I want
it's
to
crazy
ask you back,
stuff.
and also is this. I want to ask you now because one thing is this, man. I don't think it's just the player because honestly, this is the second time in the space of a year Argentina are doing this thing. So
Oh yes,
for
it's a
me,
team.
I don't.
They did it at the World Cup. They're doing it again.
Yeah, I don't think it should just be Enzo Fernandez. I believe the Enzo Fernandez punishment should be Chelsea giving him punishment. But I believe Argentina as a whole, you know, they should be banned from defending their title, the World Cup and the final Selima. They should be banned from because one thing is this, man. I believe if you give them point deduction, it won't hurt them. Hurt them where it will touch them. Whereby even though they are playing friendly match, you allow them play friendly match, even that friendly match will be without fans. Touch them where it will hurt them. Because if we're talking about getting rid of this racism in football, if people don't start taking serious, consequences into football, it will continue. Because I believe if you
I think.
ban
I
Argentina,
think. Yeah, I think
ban
it's a
them
menace in
for
our
for for
sport that
World
we
Cup,
start taking. It's a social menace. And if you don't watch it, these guys could pass it down to their children, who will then pass it
yeah,
down to their children, and then
yeah,
we end up going around in circles. I quite agree with
honestly,
you. The FFF, that is the French FA, have written to FIFA. I think the Argentine team should be thrown out of the World Cup. They shouldn't defend it. They should be thrown out of Finalissima
yeah,
and be thrown out of the Copa America. In the next 4 years, they should not play ball. They should be
play football.
extradited. They should
Yeah,
be
because that is
extradited
only when you
before this
pass a
whole trouble.
strong message, a
And then for
strong
Enzo
message.
Fernandez, it should be banned for a year by Chelsea. A year.
Honestly, that's what I think, man.
For,
Honestly,
for
because for
having
me,
to post this on air.
it's too much. It's too much.
In a
It's
team
too
that
much.
you have so many French players, so many French. Look at Ugochukwu Leslie. You have
Yeah, he also unfollowed him now. Unfollowed him.
Malo Gusto.
You have Fofana. You have good. All these
They,
guys, they
from
unfollowed him.
reports we are hearing, they've unfollowed him on social media. I think that's not
Yeah,
enough.
they they
He
both
should, he should
unfollowed
even
him.
train. He should train with under 18s, and he shouldn't play
They
for a year.
unfollowed him. Then this
Yes.
this guy called Nicolas Jackson then goes out and posts this stuff. I don't understand. Like sometimes you ask yourself, sometimes what are these players doing? Like you look at Nicolas Jackson, you ask yourself, what is this nonsense is doing? Because this thing Nicolas Jackson is doing right here can spoil the dressing room. It can spoil the dressing room. How are you putting this out? They are talking about racism. Other people are talking about. You go on and put something like this. You are supporting, giving support to Enzo Fernandez. And this alone, now
See,
you have other players on following Enzo. You come out and post this stupid video.
he was trying to be a brother's keeper at the wrong time. He could have just had a chat with him afterwards, and not this, man. I know he's trying to prove that the guy is not racist, but it's not about an Enzo team. Like I said, it's not an Enzo team. It is the
Yeah.
Argentina team. It's their song. It was made
Yeah,
by
it
their
was
fans after
awesome.
they won the World Cup. It was made by their fans after they had won the World Cup. So,
It's
like
for
I said, it
fans.
should be a holistic team where the whole fan should have the whole the nation as a whole should be
Your
punished.
country.
It's not
Your
about Enzo
country, man.
Fernandez. It's the whole nation. 4 years, no World Cup, no Finalissima. This guy, Colombia should play Finalissima. No World
Yeah.
Cup, no Finalissima, no Copa America for at least the next edition. And this will
These
send
4 years.
shocking waves. It will send shocking waves down the spines of so many, especially the FA. And then they will sit up. At least to be a deterrent, less every other gaffer, every other manager.
do you think they will do it though?
I don't think they would.
Ish, man, it's crazy,
I
man.
don't think they would. The
So
best, the
what?
best, give me
Not
a
so,
bad or two, maybe a slap on the wrist. But I don't think they would
man. It's
because
crazy.
you
It's
know
crazy.
FIFA will always look at FIFA and Copa America will always look at the financial point. What will
Yeah,
it will cost us to
everything
let
is
them not to do.
financial. Everything is financial. That is the
Yeah.
problem I have with football these days.
Just
Everything is
a
all
slap
about
on the wrist.
financial.
A slap on the
All
wrist.
about
You will
financial.
expect.
Everything is all about
I think
financial.
over there, I expect a slap on the wrist. They may even end up
Man, it's
investigating and say
crazy.
they have found no evil in it. They'll tell you that after speaking with a language specialist, the man then said that the word they used was not really supposed to be racial. They'll find a way around
It's
it. Don't
crazy.
worry.
It's crazy.
It's
It's
very crazy
crazy,
stuff.
man. So
Crazy
what is
stuff.
holding this guy's deal, Califury's deal, man? Because from now, because before this what's it called, Euros finish, like all of us believed and thought Califury this
So
deal
done and dusted.
will be a done deal. So what, like it
See,
seems
Ateta
it's
is a
off
nice.
now.
Ateta is a nice. You see, Ateta and Edu, they are
Yeah,
fantastic. The understanding is like bread and butter. It's the bromance is crazy stuff. They must both agree for a deal is done. I mean, I think
man,
maybe
it's crazy.
and that's why I claim there may be too much power given to Mikel Arteta as the manager of this Arsenal team because he rubber stamped the signings. Maybe they are weighing other options. The way the deal has been done and dusted is kept not signed yet as the way other option because the club will tell you we have maybe 100 million naira to spend, 100 million pounds, I beg your pardon, to spend, and California has taken a
Mhm.
chunk of it, 50 million. So he says maybe we want another striker. He said, okay, is there going to be a cheaper defenders who can get a top class striker because the strikers are
Mhm.
normally known to be expensive than because he said he needs a
Yeah,
defender
yeah.
and a
Normal, normal,
striker.
normal.
So maybe is there going to be a cheaper option that can maybe if not up to Calafiori, very
Mm.
close. That guy is going to be Reggie. And that guy looks like a hit already in my head. Very, it looks like a hit.
Califury,
So that's what they're
Califury.
weighing the options. But I think if they don't get a defender, they'll sign him. And then we'll have to, maybe Arsenal will have to do with Gabriel Jesus again for another season, which I hope they do not.
That guy is rubbish, man. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a disaster
That
because
guy
we're
is
hearing that
rubbish, man.
the only reason why Edenketiah has not left for Greener Party because Arsenal have not signed a new striker. So when they get a striker, they will let Eddie go. I think that guy too is
But
surplus to
he's not using him anyway. This is what I don't like about Arteta. He's not using him anymore because the thing is this now. Like we were saying earlier, when Omafis was saying Arsenal does not need Califury, I was like, no, man. Arsenal
They need it.
they've lost Premiership twice.
Yeah,
Not
because
because
of lack
they are
of
not good,
lack of
because they
backup.
don't have squad depth. And they
Yes,
need squad depth. I was saying to him, I said, you put Alexander Isak in that Arsenal team, and Isak, Eze, Olise in that Arsenal team last season, they
they
win
win
the
the league.
Premier League.
They win the league.
They win the league
They win.
because
They
these
win
are ballers whereby you don't have people like no man. Even though I drop stinkers upon stinkers, the manager will play me anyway. Like
GG.
Saka.
There was a time that Saka was tired.
This guy Olisa
Saka
will
was
give Saka
finished.
his run for his money.
Saka
He will
was
give him a
tired
run for
and
his money.
finished. Saka was crying. Saka was
Odegaard the same
wailing.
thing.
Saka
And
was
yet you
weeping.
look even you have Eddie Ketcher, you have Rhys Nelson. At least give them let's just give him the benefit of the doubt.
Rhys
Yet you
Nelson
are
is not
keeping them in the
Arsenal's
club.
quality. Edekitia is not Arsenal's quality. That's why they need backups.
But why
That's why
why
they need
was
backups.
Arteta giving them new contract?
But
That is
these
what I
guys
don't understand.
are Aston Villa. Sorry, Aston Villa is now Champions League. Okay, let me go a bit lower. West Ham,
Everton.
Everton. Maybe Everton is a bit too painful. Mid table. Let's use mid table. Mid table players. Rhys Nelson is
No,
mid table or German league quality. Edekitia is mid
Eddie
table.
Ketcher will not start for Tottenham. Eddie Ketcher will not start for even Everton we're talking
Exactly.
about.
Tottenham did not go. It's not
Because
mid table.
his
Mid table
level
is
is
from
Sheffield
8, 9,
United.
and 10. Mid table is 8, 9, and 10. Tottenham finished fifth. They are almost Champions League level. And the guy is 8, 9, and 10.
You know
Or
what now? All
German
this
league quality. Same with
all this
Rhys Nelson.
all
Absolutely.
these
Absolutely.
all these United fans now, all of a sudden United fans believe we sign Zexi, he will sign what's
See,
his
they
name?
don't have two similar players that look
Chilwell.
alike.
And now
Two
all of a
players that
sudden
look
now,
alike.
that's
Two
what I'm saying.
players that look
They
alike.
need to sign a top striker like Ivan Toney. I don't know why they will go
And
for
that's why I'm looking
Zexi.
at. See, they will not say I'm told you. I'm not to bust your bubble. Might not buy any striker again. You said I
Man,
told you. Remind me at the end of the season.
they need to sign a top striker like
Because
Ivan
two of them
Toney.
are two of them. See, none of them either Joshua or
Mhm.
Rasmus can give you 20 goals a season in the Premier League. They can't.
I will tell you
That's why that's why
I'll be glad. I'll be shocked if both of them give 25 goals this season. Most of
See,
them.
Man United
Yeah.
had players who were giving you 20 goals a season. Dwight York, Abdiko, Teddy Sheringham, in the same team. They were hitting 20, 20. Each of them, they were hitting it like competition. You don't even
Yeah.
have one that can give you 20. And you're there shouting you bought
But
Joshua Zeki. Zeki is a disaster in the way to do. When he bought
another thing
Rasmus
again
Haaland, I
is
know what I told him. When they paid
mhm,
70 million for Haaland, I know I told him, I said that is low budget Haaland. That
72
was the exact
million.
word I used. Low budget
72 million.
Haaland.
You don't do
I
that.
said, call him
How
an
do you
youth.
sign a striker that had his breakthrough year, scoring 9 goals for
9
72
goals.
million?
9. Please repeat, let
You
them hear you. That
you
guy is
had
low
a
budget
time.
Haaland.
You had
Low
a
budget.
time where the likes of Alvaro Morata was coming from the bench for Real Madrid. He scored
I
over
was scoring
20
goals.
something goals. 20 something goals. That was the reason why Real Madrid sold him, because they could see that no man, this guy is ready to go and do it in a top club team. They sold him, I think, to Juventus or two. He was coming from the bench. He scored over 20 something goals. And that season, you had ballers in Real Madrid. You had Bale, you had James Rodriguez, you have Benzema, you have Skis. They were banking in goals.
Ronaldo.
Like, so then Manu goes and sign Zexi. I'm just hoping and believing that Zexi will play as a 10, because
Zexi is high
as
budget
much
Terry Murphy. Of Terry Murphy from Super Eagles.
Murphy is just Terry Murphy is also
He's
that was
high profile Terry Murphy. That's what
oh
Zexi is.
God, man. Yo,
Why
man.
Rasmus Haaland is low budget Haaland? That's what he does
Haaland.
best.
Yo. But one thing, it will be very interesting to see them play, because what I always say is this:
You can't play
if
both of them. They are very slow players.
United know that they want to
Both of them are
succeed,
slow but physical.
they need
You
to
can't play both of them.
sell Bruno. Bruno needs to go. Bruno.
No,
If United
that will be
knows
the
that,
beginning of the end for them. That's the only human being
no,
in that club.
no.
That's the only
The
human
thing is
being
that
there.
no,
That's the only human
like
being there.
when you say human being, they tell you chances created, and you look at what Bruno is doing. Like it doesn't make sense to me. Like, you know what is this, man? Like I said to people, I said those Bruno don't have that winning mentality, because on paper you have England and Spain getting to the final of Euros. Like, those Portugal, they had the team to win this tournament, but you have stupid players like Bruno, Bernardo
No,
Silva,
no. Let's not
that
blame the
will
players.
never.
Let's not blame the
No,
players. Roberto Martinez happened again. It
no.
is normal
Okay,
routine.
okay,
It
okay. Now,
happened
when
at
you're talking about
Belgium. It happened again at Portugal. Roberto Martinez will always happen. The
no,
guy is
when we're
clueless.
talking
I don't know
about
how he gets these jobs. I don't know how he gets
no,
this job.
no, you know
I don't
what
know. We
is
have
that?
nothing except the FA Cup with Wigan. I don't know how he got this. How he gets this job.
Okay, okay. You know what is that? Okay, look at this Belgium. When he got Belgium job, Belgium, where was Belgium? Because we're talking about the team that with Southgate.
Belgium were the top team in the world at that point in time
He
when he
was
got
the
that
one that
job.
made it. He was the one that made it the top team. Him.
No,
It was
no. Before he was
Martinez.
there, he made them. They had don't get out to go there of Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne were on their peak. They were unplayable.
Wasn't it was
Remember,
Bruno Martinez?
Martinez came after this guy. I don't remember for the former coach for about Martinez. Remember the name of the manager who later on came. He came to Africa, where he took them to the World Cup first time and he got to the quarterfinal. Was it in 2000 and
Is it
yes,
14?
2014? Yes, before Martinez came in. Remember,
Martinez came in and got
I
them to
can remember
semi-final. I'm just trying to.
semi-finals. Yes.
I will check. I will check that one, because I know that Martinez also did very well at Belgium. But one
No,
thing is that
Wilmot is not the coach. I think it's Wilmot.
wow.
He got up to the quarterfinals. Martinez came, got up to the semi-finals, and the rest they say is history.
But one thing, like another thing again, the players were also dead, man. It's not like Portugal. Portugal had teams, man. It's like I don't understand, man. Honestly, all these players as well, you can never ask them for performance when it comes to their
The
club side.
players,
You have
there's a players I want
Cancelo.
to know who their agents are, because their agents are very good. I want to know who Alvaro Morata's agent is. He never goes to a small club, no matter how bad season he has. That guy
I
must have a
do
very
like
good
that.
agent.
I do
Roberto
like that.
Martinez has a fantastic agent. Fantastic agent, Roberto Martinez. World class manager. I don't know where he gets that his agent from. He's a top class agent. He gets the job done. Eh? After
Man,
that, Morata is playing AC Milan. After that, AC Milan. He never goes to a small club. Check out the clubs he's played. Top clubs across the top
yeah.
5 leagues in Europe.
Top club, man.
So these two,
Honestly,
I don't know what agent they have. I don't know the
they've
agent
got
they
good
have,
agents,
but they
man.
must
They've got
really be
good
very
agents.
fantastic agents.
They've got good agents. Even
Another
this season
agent
again,
again is this guy. Is this guy again? At Atletico Madrid, the coach. Diego Simeone.
Simon,
They
Simeone.
don't think of replacing him. They don't keep increasing.
But,
He's the highest paid coach right now in
also,
Europe.
yeah, but
They keep
also his
increasing
game have
salary.
changed also. His game have changed also. He's plays good football as well. Last season I watched it, he did not like that
A
pragmatic
bit
football.
of good football, a bit of good football, but
Mm-hmm.
the results are dwindling. The results
Yeah,
are dwindling. It's not as good as it
mm,
used to be when it was playing when it was pragmatic. You see, to me, I'm a man who believes stick to what works for you. And this is why I respect
mm-hmm.
Mourinho. He'll tell you, did I win the game? The answer is yes. All we're saying is Sula Balu if I don't win the game. So it's about winning the game, man. So it's got the job done, bro. you know,
Oh, it will be
you
just,
stop
I want to see what Mourinho will do with Fenerbahce, man.
Fenerbahce.
Honestly, they
If it's
signed
not broken, bro, don't fix
they
it.
just signed St. Maximin, signed him
Yeah,
from
St. Maxima brought him from Saudi Arabia. He must
I
have
want
told
to
the boy
see.
something nice for him to leave that big money in Saudi Arabia, take a huge pay cut to play for Abache in Turkey. I won't even think about Mourinho must have said something nice to him. Don't forget he has courted that player when he was at Newcastle. Mourinho always talked
Mhm.
about him when he was at Newcastle, how good the player was. So there's this maybe there is bromance they've got. But me, to say that huge pay cut to go play where in Fenerbahce, where I'm not even sure of Champions League success. He must have
I
been
think they
listening.
qualify for Champions League. I think they qualify for Champions League because I think
So I'm not saying play. I didn't say play the champions. I said some Champions League success. There are two
okay.
different things. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, so it was not having you, man. It was not having you, man. I hope
Crazy stuff.
you always turn up for the shows, man, because I'll also be doing a debate. I'll give you guys, you and Murphy don't to argue. I will give you time to debate. We have a debate show also. So because I understand that Murphy don't want to understand because he's too emotional when it comes to his club. And sometimes I
Yeah.
understand you being emotional when it comes to your club, but sometimes you also need to just see reality and understand,
You need to you need to smell the coffin. It's simple. If it's
honestly.
not working, it's not working.
You can't
If you
tell
need
me
help, please see. If you need help, cry for help. It's simple as that.
are you telling me
Man United are in a
Hamad?
helpless
You don't
state.
rate Hamad. You
United are
Hamad.
in a helpless state. They need all the help they can get. All the help they
Hamad.
can get.
Doesn't rate Hamad. He's saying who is Hamad? Ha Hamad.
He
I
forgot
was
the FA
shocked
Cup
when you say who's
against Liverpool.
like you
He
have
forgot the FA Cup against Liverpool.
I don't understand. You have a manager in like he was benching Ahmad, he benched Sancho, bench Pelistri. All this like this is a same person that had Sabitzer in his team, and yet Sabitzer is not good enough.
And let him go.
They don't want him. He went to Dortmund. He was
Imagine. Sabisa
like
will
this
walk
is
into
what
that. See, Sabisa will walk into that Man United midfield every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
sometimes sometimes
Take it to the bag.
you need proper coach. People are busy judging Ten Hag based on what Ajax was doing. I said it. I said I was also somebody that wanted him at United. I think that he was going to do better, but I forgot that Ajax was Ajax system, not Ten Hag. We all thought that thing we were seeing in Ajax was Ten Hag. He has left Ajax. Ajax still remains playing the same exact way they've been playing. Just that they didn't win the league, yes, because they lost so many players. They lost so many players, and the ones they had could not match up. But yet, at some point, they were I think eighth, a bit ninth, but they still came back. Recover still got to top four. But with Ten Hag even said it. I cannot play the Ajax way, and I was like, man, you cannot play the Ajax. So what do you think they brought you for United for? Because that was what United wanted. Yes, now honestly,
Absolutely.
and they get very emotional when you talk about Ten Hag. I see Ten Hag is the all and all. Guys, only gonna Jack. They'll tell you he plays shit football. At least you can see he was playing counter
Progress.
attacking football.
Progress. Yes.
Ten Hag have never beat a team 4-5. But under Gunnar Solskjaer, they were smashing people 5, 6, 9.
They finished second on the table now. Have you forgotten?
Finish
They finished second on the
second
table. They didn't win the league by some
with
whiskers under
with with
Solskjaer.
with low budget. Then they tell you that you have a manager that have spent 400 million pounds already. Plus these two days now is going to 500 plus under Ten Hag. And he never shoot anything. And they will tell you that they were spending badly. Were spending badly. It's not him. It's not him. Yes, I know it's not him, but you said you want the player. You identify that yes, I want this guy. He's my priority. You signed Messi Mount and gave him number 7 shirt. You know,
I think that was the biggest mistake. I don't know
like
who, I don't
yes,
know who actually that tried it. They are still
yes.
recuperating from that. That's the that one.
I
That was
said,
money
I
wasted.
said the fact that a player they could have gotten for free after 1 year and they spent
They would have
55
waited.
million pounds on
They would
that
have
player,
waited.
they should
They would
sack
have
somebody.
waited.
You know, in Chelsea's camp, somebody should be getting pay raise, and in Man U, somebody should be getting sacked because it doesn't make
Absolutely.
55 million for Mason Mount and
Doesn't add up. It doesn't
number
add
seven
up.
shirt.
Doesn't add
And you
up.
have somebody like Sancho waiting to get number seven shirt. You guys, they don't understand these clubs, these kids. You have Ganacho 49. Divide 7 by 49. He's 7. Sancho 27. He's giving you the hint. I want the number 7 shirt. Did not give it to him. They were telling you that Sancho. Yeah, no. On my face killed me. He was telling me with Sancho. That was how he killed me. Who is Sancho? Is Ahmad. Ballers. So for me, like I said, Ten Hag, if he does not take time in the first 10 games, already in preseason they lost against Rosenborg. Rosenborg that was
I
smashed. That was
watched the game,
smashed
Sha. I watched it.
5-2. 5-2. Yes, they'll say it does not matter. It does not matter. But guys, you might lose the game, yes. But guys, preseason is when we want to
Put a shift.
let's see
Put in a
something.
shift, yeah.
Something we are looking towards in the season. Go lose, but let's see the chemistry. Let's see the
Play plan.
build-ups of
They were really bad.
and
They
you know
were
what?
totally outplayed by they were totally outplayed by Rosenborg. Totally
You know
outplayed,
the
yeah.
funniest
I
thing?
agree
You know
with
the funniest thing? You know the funniest thing? The second team, their junior team that came in the second half, played more than the first team that had at least 5 or 6 players. Thank God for that keeper called Vitek. Maybe it was going to be like 7-0. Oh man, Ten Hag. No. So like I said, my man, it's always nice having you on like having you on this chat, man. And I hope we'll keep having you,
you.
man. So
I'm back.
yeah,
I'm not part of the team, right? Great stuff.
we're happy to have you here. We're happy to have you here now. So for now, we're going to draw close to the show because you can get some rest because I know you're always a busy man as well. So yes, no, you are the bishop of journalists in the whole Abuja. It's not easy. It's not easy. So I know you're always busy as well. So it's always like I'm happy having you here, and I'll also have you more in the show. So guys,
Absolutely.
please, this is Bishop. If you are watching from Nigeria, please go to his page on Twitter. Franchise, also underscore franchise.
Yeah.
Give it a follow. Is a don. When it comes to journalists, he's number one in Nigeria. And now I discover as an Arsenal fan, so I can also take a banter on him whenever I start not doing well. So,
No matter what he had to he had to open me up to the whole world. Something that
yeah,
many
it's
people don't
fine.
even know.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'll
Yeah,
take
it's fine.
it.
We'll banter each other. So that's the thing. I mean, Madrid fan will take banter or banter anybody. So that is it, guys, man.
Abi?
Please do have a lovely night, rest, man. Go and rest, have some rest. We'll see you on the next one,
Sure.
man. So, guys, thanks for watching,
Absolutely.
guys.
Cheers, bro. Cheers.
Yeah, good night, guys.